Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative Live. How are all of you today? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who all is here. We've got Vicky Downey, we've got Cheyenne Downey, Jasmine Ridley, Deep Shoe is here, Get to Leka is here, Kirsten is here, Blissful, Crystal Gaines, Karen McConnell. Good to see everybody. Rita is here. Awesome. So yes, it says 6 people, but I'm seeing more than that. We've got 9 likes on the video already. Thank you so much, you guys. Oh, Magical Indigo is here as well. Welcome, everybody. Well, let's just hope that today's sessions go a lot better than, of course, Saturday sessions went really well. It's just at the very end, we had some trolls come in, like that last 20, 25 minutes. Some crazy trolls came in, and it was just a hot mess. Let's see, I can't remember who all was here. No one that's here currently was here during that, but I was just like, are you kidding me? What is happening here? But then again, I did forget to do my protection over the chat and the live stream, so I did that today. Fingers crossed that we won't have that same issue. But yes, oh, Susie Wilson is here. She is like my other mother, sort of. We grew up, well, I grew up in the same hometown. Her daughter was one of my really good friends growing up and was actually one of the bridesmaids in my wedding. So yay, welcome, Sue. Not able to pay, but I'm watching and supporting. Well, welcome. We have a lot of fun here normally. But yes, you're right, Magical Indigo, totally retrograde or wholly retrograde. The thing that is really standing out is the fact that it was the day Mercury went retrograde, I think. But I was all alone. I didn't have any mods. Well, not all alone. I mean, I had some of you guys with me, but none of my mods were here, and I didn't realize what was happening because I was in the middle of a chat or a message. I can't even talk because Mercury retrograde vibes. But I appointed Olivia and IT Guy as mods to help me out, and they were so gracious to help me out. I was just like, oh my gosh. But we got it figured out. We're still not 100% sure where these people are coming from, but we had maybe, I don't know, between 12 to 20, I lost count, different trolls come in, and I didn't like to shout them out like, hey. I just tried to deal with them as they came without giving them too much attention, because I think that's what they wanted, was the attention. And yeah, we send them love because we know they don't like that. All right, you guys. So we got Karen McConnell. Oh, thank you so much. Hit Dunn's like, share, and subscribe to her channel. Thank you so much for that, Karen. I appreciate that. Oh, Luna Refresh is here. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, you don't have to apologize. No worries. Yeah, everything was going great. And then out of nowhere, here they came. And I was really just wrapping it up. But someone had donated for someone who didn't get their free question answered, so I didn't want to. Let me turn off my mail too. I didn't want to leave anyone hanging, so I finished it off. But we're good now. Let's hope. Let's just hope. So we're gonna do a quick collective reading for everybody that's here, and then we will dive into our donation list. We're gonna start out today with Vicky Downey, and then Jasmine Ridley is second, and then Elizabeth Jennings. That is our current lineup. Oh, things have been so chaotic lately. Good chaotic, but still busy. I feel you. My whole life feels like one big spin cycle in a washing machine right now, and it's blowing my mind that next week is the last week of school for my boys, and I'm just like, I'm not ready for summer. I have so much to accomplish around my house, and hopefully I can institute some help from the kids to we're gonna stop eating so much just quick, convenient food. We're gonna start cooking more, and I'm not someone who enjoys cooking that much. I mean, once in a great while, I'll like, oh, this sounds fun to make, and I'll go make it, but I'm not that guy that wants to live in the kitchen and just be cooking 24/7, which is kind of funny because I make all my dogs' food from scratch, and we've just been living a lot on convenience foods. And yes, hangs head in shame. Like, I know that's so not good, but oh my gosh, baseball and school and, trying to get all of this business stuff, taking on the mentorship sessions that I've been doing, the personal readings, doing my live streams, my regular content. I'm working so much that my whole system in place around my home has just completely fallen apart. So with the help of my husband and the 2 boys this summer, we're going to get everything back on track. We're going to clear some clutter around here, get some better systems in place, start eating better for all of us, and just, yes, I do have an Instant Pot I got for Christmas 2 summers ago. I don't even think I've taken it out of the box. That's how crazy my life has been. And yes, I really want to get into it. Yes, the bigger batches. I love, like, I'm that guy. I could just eat the same thing every day. It does not bother me as long as it's something I like. But my husband, he likes to have different things all the time. The kids, they're a lot like me. They just kind of do what I do. Like, oh yeah, let's have homemade noodles again. Let's have this again. But, homemade noodles are better than, say, some box dinner or something. So yeah, let's all just get our lives together. Maybe we can challenge ourselves or something. That would be fun. We could maybe start a little side group on Telegram than just the Intuitive Super Friends group. We could start a summer motivation group. Whatever we need motivated for, we can cheer each other on. Whether that's getting our health in order, our homes in order, our self-help or spirituality in order, or all of the above, like I need to get in order. So we could just cheer each other on. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. It would be totally free and just fun. We could just hang out and cheer each other on. I don't know. It sounds like a plan to me because I thrive on, being held accountable, because I can really procrastinate unless someone's counting on me to come through. Then I do not procrastinate. But when it's all on me, something for me, I tend to push it off, and I can't do that anymore. All right. Yes, big batches and freezing can be very helpful. Oh, it's Nyasia. Yes, so many things are going on. There's just so much energy pouring onto this planet for this ascension process. So many people are awakening right now that my just like Facebook Messenger inbox has been so full. I had to take a break this weekend because every time my husband is trying to talk to me, like, I'm on my phone answering someone's message, or trying to get back to somebody, or trying to schedule an appointment or something like that. And I'm just trying so hard to build better, work-life balance or boundaries just with my own personal energy. But it's so hard because there's so many, even just personal people I know in my life, like Facebook friends or, people I know in real life that are reaching out to me now and just needing a little bit of guidance, a little bit of direction. And I'm more than happy to do that. It's just all the other little balls I've got in the air trying to juggle. At some point, me, they're all going to come crashing down, and then I'm going to be searching for them all again and trying to get them back in motion. So yes, let's catch up on the chat, and then we'll get into our reading, our collective reading, and then we'll jump right into our list. So yes, we've got Pika Lee is here. Yes, welcome back. Good to see you. I don't like to stand over the stove. Yeah, I like to just be out back in my backyard with my bare feet, with my hands in the dirt, in my little garden, my patio, my hammock, my just little zen spot, tending to my herbs and veggies and flowers. That is my jam. And I also love when I can bring those harvested said veggies and fruits and herbs and even flowers. Yes, we can eat some flowers. Dandelions are a great source of lots of stuff, and they're really good for detoxing as well. But I love bringing that kind of stuff in and cooking that way. It's just like having to open a package of something, boil it, do all the things like that does not bring me any joy. Of course, I still infuse it with as much love as I can, but I love taking something that I grew, I worked hard on, bringing it in and transforming it into something that's going to fuel my family's bodies. Like, I love that aspect of everything. So, I don't know, maybe I'm more of a green witch, if you will. I love that. All right, yes, big batches and freezing can really help. I'm going to start doing more of that. We've got because our kitchen was built in the 70s, it's been updated right before we moved in 2008, but we just have this one space in there for this very small, according to today's standards, small, but when I was growing up, it was the normal sized fridge. So we've got a side-by-side, and we've got like this much freezer space, it feels like, because it's right against the wall, so you can barely open the freezer door. We do have a freezer down in our garage that is one of those chest freezer. So sometimes you got to dig for what you need. But if I get a system going, then I'll be able to get in there and get what I need and know where it's at, and it won't be in there long because we'll be using it. So I, again, just need to clear the clutter, clear out all the old stuff, and get the energy flowing well again, and I will feel much less stressed and chaotic in like all areas of my life, I think. And it's funny because my frenetic energy has been coming out in some of my pick a cards lately, but other people are resonating with it because we are all connected. So, a lot of times I'm like, man, that felt more like if I was doing a personal reading for myself. But so many people are resonating because everything that isn't serving our highest good, be it our daily routines, relationships, jobs, whatever, that's not serving our highest good, those kinds of systems and situations and relationships are starting to fall apart. And I've got great relationships in my life. It's just the little systems I've put in place, like my organization around my house, the clutter, it's all gone off the rails. So that's something I need to really tend to and just really take care to put that energy back into in such a good way. Yes, it is good to see Luna refresh. I'm just so happy she's here. Like, I can't stop smiling. I'm so happy. I read somewhere that food is best consumed within 3 to 5 hours. This concept drives my family members nuts because the refrigerator has been invented. Yeah, I know, right? I always try to, like, put intention and, like, infuse my food with, like, when I consume you, you will be at the optimal, peak freshness for my body. Like, I do that. Like, I'm that guy. Yes. So I love that you're all catching up here in the chat. I forgot to turn off my ringer. Then I don't remember to turn it on and get in trouble with everybody in my life. Why didn't you call me back? Why didn't you call me back? Why didn't you answer my text? I forgot. I'm trying not to carry my phone with me all over the house. Yes, awakening is very, very uncomfortable, but we're here for it, right? Because it's so much better than staying in that stale, stagnant, stuck energy of the third dimension. We're ready to move on up like the Jeffersons, right? It's that back and forth balance. Life would be boring otherwise. That's absolutely correct. And as that Libra ascendant, my whole life, my biggest life mission, life purpose is to learn the balance of everything. And it's so freaking hard for me. All right, hugs. Hope you'll find balance soon. Me too. And again, I really do enjoy sometimes having to dig myself right back out of that hole that I've dug for myself. Sometimes I actually enjoy that. It's just finding the time to get time to dive in and start leveling myself out of that hole. It's uncomfortable but needed. I love that too, Amanda. That's awesome. For the most part, Ro was sleeping better, but she's teething again. Oh, yeah, that'll totally throw off the sleep schedules, that's for sure. And the baby in my belly is very active, so that's a new adjustment. Oh, that's so amazing. I'm still just so excited for you. Feel your pain. My freezer is tiny too. I freeze things flat in the freezer. Yes, when I was breastfeeding, I had all these little milk bags, especially with my oldest. Like, I had such an oversupply that I probably at one point had 300 bags of milk, and I had to give a lot of it away. There was just no way my baby would have drank it all, but I would have to store them. I'd freeze them flat like this, and then I had a little granola box that I cut just the bottom part out of, and then you freeze the milk bag flat like this, rather than if you freeze it upright, it's gonna have a big ball on the bottom and nothing up top. So I'd freeze them flat. And then I'd stack them in like this. If this is the milk bag, it'd be like frozen flat, and you just stack them like this in that box. I could fit like 40 bags of milk in a little, not that little, but like a Costco brand or Costco sized granola bar box that I cut most of the top off of. Yeah, that's how I did it. But you could do that with like purees or stuff that you're freezing. That would be, perfect. Good morning, Peggy. I saw Wayne earlier too, I do believe. So hello, the Spencer family. 4 agreements is blowing my mind and my socks off. Oh, isn't it just the best? And every time you read it from here on out, Peggy, say you read it 6 months or a year from now, it's going to blow your mind further and then further and then further. I'm already at the point now where I want to read it again because I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to level up again. This is so amazing. You can tell the difference in food quality when Dustin cooks and when I do. That is the same with my husband and I. I try to infuse it again with love and positive intention, but he just loves cooking, and I love more baking, but again, that's not something I do a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of forcing myself to get back into it because there are seasons of life or rhythms of certain times when I really enjoy it. Like when my oldest was a baby, I loved it. But then, you bring on another baby, you bring on baseball season, you bring on all this stuff going on, places to be, people to see, stuff to do, and it just becomes one more thing to have to do. And I don't want to live my life like that. I want to really immerse myself in everything I'm doing. And cooking, cleaning, like these are all acts of service and love that we give our family, and I don't want to treat it like a burden or a chore like I have been. So I need to stop that and get back on my love train. um, oh my gosh, I missed your birthday. I feel like a total brat. Oh, well, happy belated birthday, and I will have to message you or something on Instagram because I missed your birthday, and I knew it like a week before your birthday. I'm like, I need to wish her a happy birthday on June 1st, and then I didn't. Oh my gosh, I feel so horrible. Well, happy belated birthday. Time is weird. I especially now. Are you guys, like, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling and talking, but I just want to catch up and hang out with you guys for a minute before we get going. But do you guys not feel like you could be doing something and it's like time is just going so fast? Even if you're not like wishing it to go fast, like it's just going so fast right now. I don't know if it's just me or what's going on, but it is just leaving quick. You can sell the breast milk that you won't use. Good opportunity to help someone and build a college nest egg for baby. Yeah, that's a great idea. I just gave it away. I'm like, I don't even know. Just take it. Just someone needs it. Someone can have it. Just too much going on in here. Yes. Okay. So let's see. Hello, Barbara Williams. Welcome. Yes, happy belated birthday. All right, time is a funny thing right now. That is so true. And it is going so fast. It's so weird. But, again, the Schumann resonance has been kind of quiet like the last few days. Haven't checked it today. Let's check it together. Yay. Amanda and her Schumann resonance. But I love seeing physical proof that things are happening. Things are shaking up. I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, the solar activity has been intense, and up until this past few days, the Schumann resonance has been intense. But sometimes, once in a while, there's no big whiteouts except maybe this one back here, like yesterday, I guess, or maybe the night before that. But I don't know if you guys can see kind of this weird kind of like lines, that kind of gridding. I don't know what you'd call that, but that's not normal either. That's not a norm for the Schumann resonance. A lot of people think that is like man-made interference with the Schumann resonance, like the powers that be are messing with us. I don't know. I'm not sure, because some days I feel that way, but other days I feel like it's us getting help from our galactic brothers and sisters. Who knows? I guess we don't always have all that information. Maybe we could do a reading on it sometime. But yes, lots is going on. But we will figure out let's figure out what's going on for all of us right now. What is a word of advice from Spirit? Just anything, all of us watching right now or on the replay, what is something we can take to heart, or something we can meditate on, or something that we need to know? Word of advice, just whatever wants to come out. All right, we have here the Nectar of Now. Funny, because we were speaking about time just a moment ago. Stop and drop into the marrow of the moment, the nectar of now, where all your multiple simultaneous lifetimes converge. Laser beam the wisdom you've accrued over millennia into the circumstances you are blessed to face with grace today. And I love that they say here, the circumstances you are blessed to face, because a lot of times we look at, take my example, a cluttered home, or just, the boys have been growing out of a lot of their clothes lately. So I've got like 4 or 5 different sizes of clothes for the boys, like in rotation around the house. And it's just like, I just need to stop and dive into that. But instead of looking at that as a problem, this is saying, the circumstances that you are blessed to face, just face them with grace, because, everything is happening for a reason. There are even lessons for us to learn in the most mundane of tasks. So just always keep that in mind. I love that little card. Let's see, where else? We're going to go Queen of the Moon. Card of guidance for all of us. Oh, thank you so much, Star Blessed Hermit. Well, when you get back, we will see you. It should take us a hot minute to get through what we've got going on here. Yes, so I will add you to the list as well before I forget here in a moment. But yeah, it should take us a little bit to get through who we've already had donate. All right, what is a message we all need to know right now, Spirit? Woo, we got 2. Okay, so yes, change. Big change is coming, the change in the winds. This is this change we've all been sensing and feeling. Many of us are feeling this sense of excitement about this change. Other people are maybe even diving deeper into their dark night of the soul. But it's all for our highest evolution. It's all for our highest good, to bring us out of what was and bring us into what should be, what is. It feels really supported. We have, there's all this thunder around her as well. We're getting help from Mother Nature, from the elements, from the galactics, from, your own higher self, guides, angels, crossed over loved ones, the universe itself, God, whatever you want to call these aspects of yourself or source or whatever you want to call that. We're being helped. Look at this. We've got a lot of help coming in. But there's also this need for us to put up boundaries in certain areas of our lives. This is being too busy, spreading our energy too thin, calling myself out just as much as everybody else here. But we've got the number 12 there that adds up to a 3. So this is all about maybe even getting creative with the way that you are putting up these boundaries, or just deciding that, I need boundaries around my life, that I can now allow myself some time to get creative, work on a creative project that's been on the back burner. Again, calling myself out. My writing projects have been on the back burner for a hot minute now, and I really want to get back into them. It's just, again, time. So there's something going on with a lot of us with time, and I keep telling myself, there's not enough time. So what do I manifest? Not enough time to get everything done. So I'm going to try personally, and maybe you guys can start doing this too, to say, everything I'm meant to get done, it will get done in divine time. Maybe we can say that to really hype ourselves up, that we can get everything done. And then if we feel, like we're slowing down, don't force ourselves to continue getting things done, because that's not helpful for anyone. It's just going to burn us out even quicker. So just do what you have time for. Do what you know you can allow energetically. And then when you start feeling depleted, you take your step back, you rest, you recuperate, you rejuvenate, and all the things that make you feel fulfilled once again. Okay, so speaking of that whole self-care thing, let's get into a self-care message. All of us, what self-care message or, modality would we all really benefit from right now? How can we take better care of ourselves, Spirit? Here it is. Wow, we've got here sync with the moon, with the number 51, which adds up to 6, which is that very temperance energy, very balanced and motherly and gentle energy that I love so much. And I have a specific guide that I always associate with that temperance card. Her name is Jay, and she comes in and lovingly calls me out, kind of taking me by the hand to slow the heck down. And I love it. But with this sync with the moon, there have been some conspiracy theories that the people getting the, for the thing going around, that's all I'm going to say, because don't want censorship going on here. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of people are speculating that is the cause of a lot of women's cycles, even women who have had hysterectomies, women who have gone through menopause, women or young girls that haven't even, started their menstruation yet, are starting very, very early. There's been a lot of conspiracy theories flying around that it's the that's causing that. That's not what I'm actually getting. I'm actually getting that it is this cosmic energy coming in that is actually kind of changing. There's that change card, or shifting the way that we experience our moon cycle, our menstrual cycle, than before. So if that makes sense. So, if you want to still believe what you want, that's cool. We all have the ability to believe what we want. But I don't, at first I was a little bit scared, or like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But I really do feel protected. I feel safe. I don't feel that even the change to my own cycle, which has been, TMI for all the men in here. The women probably don't care. But it's the last, this is the 4th cycle now that I'm almost a week late every cycle. And I'm that guy that has, 27, 28 day cycles for like indefinitely. Like on time, perfect timing. I could time my life by it. Not anymore. Yeah, if I even had an inkling that I was pregnant any time over these last 4 months, I'd have been like, oh my gosh, because that's kind of what it feels like, is like early, really early pregnancy. But then nothing. So yeah, if you guys have had some weird issues with your menstrual cycles, or those of you who have had menopause, and you feel like there's like some turning of the gears going on down there again, there's just so much going on. Yeah, Lunar, you can't really tell with pregnancy. Moon-based journaling system for myself, yes. But this is bringing a lot of women's cycles. You know, our cycles have been, many of us. I've never personally used any kind of or form of hormonal birth control ever, but there are many women who do. And I think that many of us have just gotten so out of balance with our natural rhythm of life that these energies that are coming in are putting us back on track. So nothing to really worry about. But again, if you are worried or concerned about anything going on with your own moon cycle, you go book yourself an appointment to get that checked out. But you know, her hand is on her heart, and that's how I feel. I feel like I'm protected, I'm guided, I'm taken care of. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just maybe recalibrating to a new system, like an upgrade, maybe. I don't know. So no fear surrounding that. But there is this need to connect with the moon, to sync with the moon. Speaking of moon, let's grab us one more quick message from the Moonology deck to send us off into the donation list. And Vicki Downey, you will be first, then Jasmine Ridley, then Elizabeth Jennings. Didn't read that right from that far away. Okay. We've got here, expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. So we actually do have a new moon eclipse, which would be a solar eclipse, because when the sun and moon are conjunct or in the same house, that creates a new moon. When there's an eclipse going on, that will be your solar eclipse. So that is actually coming up on June 10th, I believe. Go mark your calendars, go look it up and see. But this is actually going to be happening in the sidereal or Vedic sign of Taurus and the Western or tropical sign of Gemini. So whichever one resonates with you, you can look into that and see where that is in your chart and all of that. This, yes, you're right, Peekali. This card has been popping out left and right lately. But again, expect powerful change. We got the change card as well. So there are changes coming to the way we show up in the world, to our divine feminine aspects, whether we're male or female. Our divine feminine aspects are really coming online right now. And also those boundaries, just knowing what's no longer serving us, what's no longer meant for us. These things are wiping away, flushing away. And sometimes we can be in charge of how that happens. Like, we're the one pushing down that detonator on the tower. Other times it might show up as a tower moment, a dark night of the soul. Other people kind of getting wrapped up in it and making things happen in your life, whether you want them to be happening or not. But just know that whatever is going on in your life, it is happening for your highest good. Your soul has got you. Your higher self has got this. So you will get through whatever you're going through. You know, change isn't always easy, especially in the year 2021. 2 + 0 + 2 + 1 = 5. Universal year number 5 is all about change, conflict, confrontation, shifting from one way of being to another. Yes, so many eclipses. I feel like this is my time. I am right there with you, girl. Again, I'm tired, I'm weary, but I'm yet at the same time very ready for some of these changes to take place in my life, in the world, in other people's lives. I'm so here for it. All right, so that was our collective message, and we're going to jump right into Vicki's question. So Vicki, go ahead and post your question, and we'll get into it for you. Post my list. And thanks, you guys, for being very patient with me as I sit here and gab and do the collective reading. I don't always just want to come in here and jump right into the readings. I like to just kind of acclimate myself back to the chat, and I love it. Okay, take a drink, and we'll get into Vicki's question. I feel like today I woke up and said day 1. That's powerful. You know how powerful that is? Wow. I love that. Day 1. Brand new start. That's amazing. Oh, you are so welcome, Lunar Refresh. Absolutely. I'm here for the eclipses too. Yes, Peggy. All right. Bring it on, universe. We're ready. We think we're ready. Okay, may I please ask Spirit for any information or guidance regarding my career or job path? Currently feeling fulfilled in my job and debating whether I should apply for other positions. Okay. Let's find out for Vicky. Any information or guidance regarding her career or job path? Well, we got a lot. Yeah. Look at this girl. Career change. It's time for change. All that change we just talked about in the collective reading, you could even apply that to any readings you're getting today as like a cherry on top or kind of the underlying energy of what's going on. But yes, change is in the air. That is definitely happening. You're embarking upon a career that brings you joy, abundance you deserve and desire. So where you're feeling unfulfilled at work, this is because you're not in a role that best suits your energy. Yes, it may have served you as far as financial abundance and being able to pay those bills and everything, but it's not fulfilling you anymore. That's not to say it never did. It's just not doing that currently. So you have the ability and the power to shift out of that and go into something that is going to serve your purpose better. And I love the other cards we got here. We have here leadership. Take charge of this situation. So you're going to be the one to take the reins on the situation to bring you into alignment with a job that will fulfill you. And a really great way to do this, you can create a little ceremony or a little ritual where you light a couple of candles. If you have any crystals or, anything that feels right, just use your intuition. Go out and get stuff out of nature. Set up your little space and, light your candles and then put the intention, call out to your higher self, your guide, your angels, source, God, whatever you want to call to for help and assistance in lighting the way or pointing out the way for what would best support you moving forward. And absolutely be ready for that to happen because those changes will be taking place. But not only are you taking the reins or the leadership role in shifting your career, but I think you're taking on a career where you are kind of in a more leadership role, especially if you're not currently in a leadership position. But we also have the teaching card. You inspire young people to learn. So maybe being some sort of teacher, daycare provider, or, just really like touching the lives and hearts of those who are younger than you. You really do thrive in your connection to the youth and really making a difference in people younger than you especially. But that's not to say you won't be working with older people. We could be talking from a more soul level. Maybe you're just that older soul working with a lot of new or younger souls. Take it as it resonates, but you may actually be looking into teaching or coaching or mentoring people in some regard. But also infinite abundance is coming in. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So doing that soul searching and just really feeling into what it is that you feel would really light you up in this world. Oh, cool. So do they think I should apply for other positions? Absolutely. Especially if there's a leadership position that you've been thinking of. This would be very supportive, or something where you're teaching other people in the company how to do something. Very supportive energy with that as well. So I hope that brought you a little bit of guidance, Vicky. You definitely are looking for a change in the wind, and it's available now. As long as you put in that action and effort toward something new, you'll start to see it manifest. But again, asking your guides and angels for help will really get the ball rolling in that direction. So I hope that resonated. All right, Jasmine Ridley, my dear, you are next. And then Elizabeth Jennings. And then get to Lekka Ray ×2. You are so welcome, Vicky. Thank you so much. All right, so Jasmine, my dear, you are next. You already have your question out. Look at that. Awesome. All right, so I missed it. Oh, I wanted to know if spirits have any messages for me. I love this. Well, let's go to the music oracles. They're calling my name for your question, Jasmine. Any message from spirit for Jasmine? They're telling me that's too many, but to take the top one, so I'm doing it. I want one more from this deck, though. And then they're calling me over here to that deck. Okay, cool. Ooh, I like this. What else? Messages from spirit for Jasmine Ridley. Oh, wow, the new career is in the air. Look at this. New career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. So this does not necessarily mean you have to completely shift careers unless that is what you're looking to do. Then absolutely you are 100% supported to do that. But whatever career you're in, if you're hoping to just stay where you're at, this is just you shifting your focus at your career in a more positive, new, and successful direction, maybe even getting yourself a promotion or a raise of some sort, just by having a more lighthearted approach to your work. But you also have Bob Marley and Debbie Harry coming in to give you a message. So we have here, with one love, Bob Marley. You have here, a small axe can fell the tallest tree. So it's really showing me that all of the little steps that you're taking are really going to add up, or the steps that you have taken in the past, they're really adding up to really, they're showing me almost like a bank account that's accruing interest, because you keep putting in a payment, putting in a payment, putting in a payment. And over time, that really starts to add up. So look at, the things you do at your career, even if you're looking to shift out of that career completely, this career that you're currently in or that you're just leaving is acting as a stepping stone to get you somewhere higher or somewhere better. But here, the fruits of Babylon are rotten to the core. So there just may be some things going on at your work that just aren't supporting you for your highest growth or your highest good. So maybe that's why Spirit's giving this new career card here for you to start maybe looking at a direction that would support you better. Oh, no worries, Lunar. Have a wonderful little break from the chat. But then here we have with Deborah Harry, or Debbie Harry, fools mistake their flesh for plastic. So this is also almost having like that mindset that, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't know what I'm doing, and just kind of beating yourself up. But really, it's like that imposter syndrome is really what I'm seeing. Spirit's showing me like imposter syndrome. You actually know more than you're giving yourself credit for. And again, if this doesn't have to do with your actual career, this just could be with your talents, your abilities to create the life you want. You could even apply it that way. But you have more power than you give yourself credit for. You have more power than you realize, Jasmine. It says here also, it's not enough to be beautiful. You need to know how to be beautiful, which is like knowing how to wield your power, not just have these beautiful spiritual gifts and talents and creative gifts and talents, but knowing how to utilize them, not only for your highest good, but for the highest good of all involved. And I think maybe with this new career card, you're finding new ways just to operate in your life and how to utilize your gifts that are really going to pay off, not only for you, but for your family, for other people, for the collective at large. Because listen, guys, when we level ourselves up, that does not go unnoticed by those we love and care about. That does not go unnoticed by the universe, because it's like when we drop that pebble in the water, it doesn't just affect that little piece right where the water or the pebble went in. It ripples out, right? So when you make peace with your past, you heal from your traumas, you level yourself up in some way, that sends a ripple effect out not only into this earth, but into the universe. So that's really powerful. The changes that you are looking to make may be revolving around your career, Jasmine, but if that doesn't resonate, this just could be, utilizing your gifts, your talents, the way you show up in the world, however that resonates for you. You're looking to make beautiful changes, and you're going to start realizing how powerful and how just gifted that you really are. And you're going to give yourself the credit you deserve. And as a result, other people are going to start giving you that credit you deserve as well. So it's pretty powerful time for you, Jasmine, to make any changes in your life that you're wanting to make. So get it, girl. You got it. Thanks again for your lovely donation. Oh, well, you have a wonderful rest of your day, Niasia. Yeah, get some sleep. Yeah, a lot of people are struggling with insomnia or feeling really wired at night and then really tired during the day. So, do what supports you. Listen to your body, intuitively feel your way into the world. Even if that looks like you sleeping all day and being up all night, do what you know is best for your body at any given time. That's why we were given this beautiful guidance system of our intuition, and we a lot of times don't follow it, but when you start following it, big changes can start happening in your life. You're so welcome, Jasmine. Absolutely. So Elizabeth Jennings, you are next, my dear, and then Get to Leka Ray ×2, you are on deck. And then Rita Vega. All right, we are just trucking right on through, you guys. Thank you so much for posting your questions so timely. That just lets us this thing flow like water, and I love it. All right, I am going to take a quick little drink. Gotta hydrate with some water. And then, oh yes, I got to add, before we got started, I did not add Star Blessed Hermit, I think was her name. So let me actually do that. And then we got another donation. Let's see. Mickey P, that's right. All right, thanks ladies for your lovely donations. All right, so I will copy this and we'll get into Elizabeth's question. So I would like to ask Spirit for guidance regarding my career path as well. Wow, it is a day full of career paths and I love it. As I just finished schooling for becoming an RN, however, I'm starting something on the side and I'm feeling conflicted. Thanks. Well, Spirit's already coming in to say, why do you have to choose? Why can't you do both? Again, really putting your focus and priority on the one for now that will probably start bringing you an income, and then making the other one a passion project that you can work on the side. Yeah, they're showing like both. Why not work on both? Why not allow yourself to have fun doing both? Let's see. Elizabeth, why does she feel so conflicted? Guidance from Spirit regarding her career path. Okay, yes, we have here vitality. So this lets me know that whatever it is you're trying to do, you're going to have the energy, the passion, and the effort to actually put into everything that you're hoping to get accomplished. And we also have the sign of Taurus here, which is very interesting because in the Vedic sign of Taurus, that is where this upcoming solar eclipse is going to be happening. So if you have any prominent placements in Taurus, either Western or Vedic, you can take it as it resonates. Any prominent placements, or even if you don't have any planets within the house of Taurus, wherever that house of Taurus is within your own personal birth chart, this is a place where you're really getting vitality. So say this could be possibly your 6th house, which is kind of your daily work routine, your daily kind of life. House number 10 would be your career. House 11 would be your kind of network circles and all of that. But, if you know where your Taurus is, if you want to type it out, I can maybe give you some additional guidance on what that could bring for your career. But as far as the vitality goes here, we've got a snake. So there is this shedding of the old, that snake sheds their old skin so that they can grow and level up into something greater. So you are shedding your skin in this one area. I do feel it is your career, but it also might be in a house with relationships as well, relationships with other people. But you're just showing up as a better version, a more healed version of yourself. But, because snakes also do indicate healing, and you're going into this, finish schooling and wanting to go into this RN, being a registered nurse, this could let you know that you are following part of your life's purpose by helping people, healing people, nurturing people in that beautiful way. And the number 32 here, that adds up to 5, which is all about change. So you really are making a beautiful change in the direction of what's going to support you, not only financially, but it's really going to fulfill you. And I see both the nursing and this little side hustle that you're wanting to start, or that you already have started. They're both going to fulfill you in different ways, and it's okay for you to be able to do both. You may have that time conflict, especially if you're not quite like on your feet in a hospital or clinic or wherever it is you're going to be working with the RN stuff. If you're not like completely 100%, versed and in that job and, making things happen, it might take you a bit of a learning curve to get into that job, learn the job. And then once that kind of becomes normal for you, then you can really focus your other time where you're not at that job, working on the side business or the side hustle that you're hoping to start. So let's get another word of advice for Elizabeth Jennings on her career, Spirit, anything Spirit wants her to know. Okay, so we have speaker and teaching. And to me, these two go hand in hand because most teachers have to be able to speak. But you inspire young people to learn. So maybe eventually, somehow, some way, you will be teaching other people how to do something. Or you're becoming some sort of authority on a subject that people come to you for guidance on. With the speaker card, your life purpose involves your skills of oration. So you can even utilize this skill of oration with the nursing stuff because you are talking to patients, having that bedside manner, just really I'm seeing like you almost just have this really healing voice, just these really beautiful way of communicating to people. Even if you don't feel it or see it, other people feel soothed and comforted just in the words you speak or just in your energetic presence. People really feel good being near you. So what else do we need to know for Elizabeth's career path from Spirit? This one right here. Builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So this side hustle they're really pointing out now, this thing you want to build on the side, this is really going to bring you that sense of accomplishment, fulfillment, this sense of purpose that has maybe even been missing in your life for a long time. And this could even involve something that you used to enjoy, or you're utilizing skills that you used as a child that with this thing you used to enjoy, with this new side thing that you are hoping to make happen or manifest in your life. So however that resonates, but you really are tapping into this sense of purpose. And I think you're really going to enjoy what it is you're doing. And you don't have to decide one or the other. You don't have to be conflicted. Of course, we only have 24 hours in a day. So maybe some days you're really focused on the nursing stuff, but then maybe on your days off or, after hours, you are really focused on your other little side hustle. But it all feels like you're going to be able to do what you want and make those beautiful changes in your life with that number 5 there. You're going to be able to make the changes in your life you need to really feel successful and just purposeful, like this really deeply saturated sense of purpose. And that vitality is all about, not burning yourself out while doing it, but it's almost like giving you energy, being able to dive into this project. It almost fuels you. Your passion, your drive, your desire, your purpose. It's going to fuel you. So I love that. That's amazing. So I hope that resonated for you, Elizabeth. And thanks again for your lovely donation. So get to Lekka. We've got you here next, and you've already got your question. Look at that. Thank you so much. And if you guys, this is a little hot tip. If you want to be able to come back to your reading, before I do your reading, if you just give me, you say I want the timestamp, I can read out right now, like, for instance, currently we are sitting at 46 minutes and 57 seconds of the live stream. And then when this video posts, or I think even right now, if you're on a computer, you can go to the comment section of the video and leave yourself a comment with your timestamp and any information you want. And then that way you can even save this video when it goes up to a playlist, private playlist that you can then come back to. It'd be easy for you to access, if I could talk, at a later date. So yeah, that's a way that you can really get the most of the guidance you're getting today, or be able to revisit this at any point rather than just hearing it once and that's it. I know when I get readings from other people, I like to be able to get the reading, let it kind of resonate or simmer with me for a bit, and then after a day, a couple days, a couple weeks, however long the length of that reading was for, I'll go back and check in and I'll have new insight from the information or guidance that I got. So that's just a little pro tip. All right. So Get to Lekka's got her 2 questions. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay. So number 1, message or guidance from spirit guides about life and career and what's coming up next. Okay, we're going to the spellcasting oracle. Message of guidance from spirit guides about life and career and what's coming next for Get to Lekka. Yes, and with all these changes we got in the collective reading, that's kind of the theme of the day is big changes. And I love it. We've got here reconciliation. So you may be reconciling some past stuff, past baggage, past relationships. And this doesn't mean you have to reach back out to people from your past, but maybe you're just coming to grips with the fact that a certain person or certain situation is over and you're ready to move into new territory. This could even look like someone you recently just kind of started avoiding or just not wanting to really talk to or communicate with. They're maybe going to try to come back to you as far as, hey, what's up? I hope everything's going well for you. And you have the choice if you want to allow that energy back in or not. It's totally up to you. But at the very least, you're just reconciling your own peace of mind surrounding your job, surrounding your life in general. What else is coming through? Message of guidance for Get to Lekka from guides. Wow, yes, well-being. So you're really going to start shifting your focus to your own well-being, managing those stress levels, really taking care of your body. I know you already do eat very well and you really nourish your body well. This is also just looking up, like leveling up your spiritual practice. And yeah, I don't know that I would want to allow that back in. We can also get a clarifier on this energy. If there is a specific person you have in mind, we can definitely get a clarifier on that energy and see what Spirit's trying to point out about that. But to me, I originally read this as just you reconciling that the decisions you made, maybe even to cut this person out of your life, was for the best, and that you can release the guilt or any shame or just like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have done that, for you to be able to reconcile or just release that hold that that person has on you. We can grab a clarifier on that. But you really are focusing more on your well-being and just kind of calming things down, really managing and regulating those stress levels. Many people, my second question is about two such people. Okay, then we will really do a deep dive into that with your second question. But this is also calling for you just to focus on your family, focus on those that do. And this could even be friends or people that feel like family to you, people that you do want to have in your life. That's how I'm really reading this card, but especially your actual family. You really are just focusing on the well-being of the family. Maybe you're talking one or the other of your parents into eating healthier, or maybe exercising, if that's even possible. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the restrictions and having to stay in where you're at, but maybe, I'm not sure even if you live with your parents or near them or can visit them often enough that you can check in on them and make sure they're doing their own wellness routine, because you almost feel, even though you are the daughter, a lot of times to me you feel like the mother of your parents, like you are, just really invested in the outcome of their life. And hello, IT guy, welcome. You're just very emotionally invested in those you love and care about. And it's this very beautiful, divine feminine energy that you bring to the table that's really going to start highlighting for you in your life and those that you love, that you want to take really good care of. It's beautiful. So for the second, let's get actually first, before we do get into the second question, let's get a clarifier on, I'll read the second question, but we will get a clarifier on this reconciliation for you. So during the time of my farewell from my last project in February 2020, how did ex-colleagues Mitu Day and Manish Mishra, man, I hope I'm not saying those wrong, feel the last time they saw me? Okay, so we'll get the clarifier here on our reconciliation card, and then we'll get into that energy with those two people. Okay, so for Mitu and Manish, but let's get this reconciliation. What are you trying to show the Teleka on that? Okay, 9 of Pentacles. So this makes a lot of sense. This is just you really, all that hard work you put into cutting certain energies out of your life and then moving forward, it's gonna pay off for you because you're not really wrapped up in their energy anymore. They're not affecting you with their energy. Like, this just feels like you are just, this to me almost reads like Queen of Pentacles energy as well. You're living your best life. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your family and those you love. And you're just leaving all that old energy behind and not really letting it take much of your energy or focus anymore. But let's ask about during, and it's funny because on the back of the deck we got that Queen of Pentacles I was just talking about, but she feels they both feel very queenly, like, yeah, I got this, I got it figured out. So interesting. So let's see, for the farewell project in February 2020, how did ex-colleague Mitu Day and Manish Mishra feel the last time they saw me? Okay, so we have here 8 of Wands. So this to me is very quick moving energy, but here there are a lot of snakes. So either these people tried to undermine you or try to get the better of you in some way. Like you hear that expression, a snake in the grass. This is someone who has only their best interest at heart, not yours. But they're really showing me, Spirit's really showing me now that they're kind of stuck in a lower vibration. They're kind of like just wanting to win, and they don't care who they knock down to get there. They don't have this beautiful divine feminine energy that you bring to the table, where you actually care about the project, the people involved, your family, like you care. These people, both of them seem to care more about themselves than the people involved or the project itself. You do try your best, at least. I think you do, you do such an amazing job. I don't want you to think you're not doing the best job, because you really are. You're doing everything you can. And you are, anything that transpired between you and these two people, you have overcome it. Or at least you're in the process of overcoming it, because again, snakes also represent healing. Yeah, they tried their best to cause you harm. I never did them any wrong, though. And you don't have to. You don't have to go out and seek any revenge. They're really showing me as you just allowing whatever they did, because, what we do, good or bad, in the world is like that boomerang. We throw out that negativity at someone else, but guess what? It's going to come back. And it's going to come back usually twofold, threefold, tenfold back to us. Same with good. You throw out that good, you're going to get it back. So it's almost just saying, let karma take care of what they've got going on. But there's going to be some quick moving energy coming up. Or, I don't know if you still keep tabs on these people or even know what's going on in their lives, but it feels to me like whatever it was that went on between the two of you, they're getting their karma pretty quickly surrounding that issue. Yeah, look at this, 7 of Swords. Like, I'll cut your throat to get ahead. This is that deception energy, but you have really risen above it. And it's almost like, man, I think it's my Cosmic Slumber deck, which my sister currently has. But in the depiction of the Seven of Swords, if I'm not mistaken, this is the depiction. He's like almost on like a magic carpet flying above all of the 7 swords, all of the haters trying to get at him. It's like their low vibration couldn't even begin to try to touch that high vibe of the 7 of Swords guy in that Cosmic Slumber deck. And that's really what I'm seeing here. No contact, block them in social media as well as for my heart and life. Okay, but just know, again, what they did to you is coming back to them, but maybe even more. Yeah, the word cutthroat keeps coming to mind, because we've got the sword to the, when you're cutthroat with someone, you don't care. You just go in and attack, and that's that. So they're probably going to be seeing this from other colleagues, people ahead or above them in, the system, maybe even possibly losing their jobs if they are doing deceptive things, because this is a card of deception. So, just keep vibing high and not really letting these people get the best of you, because they have no way to touch you anymore. Even if they're sitting there ruminating about you and thinking about you and trying to send their toxicity to you, it's just bouncing right off. It's not getting to you anymore. So you did the best you could and the right thing by blocking them, removing them from your life, and just flowing into the relationships with those that do mean to cause you goodness and well-being in your life. But let's just get one more outcome here for this situation with those 2 other people and get to Leka. There it is. Yeah, you're rising above it. You're seeing things from that other perspective. Who's to say these people may not, turn things around and start seeing things differently or clearly, but it's going to come after a point where, what they've done to others is coming back to them and gets thrown back in their face. So there's no need for you to need any kind of vindication or justice, because the universe is going to be delivering that very swiftly. If it hasn't already, it will be coming very soon for them, and there's nothing you need to worry about. So I hope that resonated. Get to Leka. Thanks again for your lovely donations as well. Put these away. So up next, we've got Rita. So Rita, go ahead and post your question, and then on deck we've got Kirsten, and then Crystal Gaines, and then Star Blessed Hermit, and then Mickey P. I will check just to make sure we didn't have any other donations. Nope, that was our last one. So if you would like a guaranteed reading today, you can always send a donation, and all of your lovely donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. She's still living in a little camper, and all of your donations are going to, when 2021's lumber prices come back down to earth and reality, hopefully we can start building, but it might not be until 2022. Who knows? We're just watching those lumber prices and hoping they come down, because they're currently like between 3 and 4 times what they were last year at this time, which is just, no one's going to pay, 4 times the amount to build something, then they shouldn't have to do that. So yes, we are trying to manifest something coming back down to reality. Oh, we've also got a donation coming in from wonderful Pika Lee. Thank you so much. So I think that's for two questions. So I will get you down for 2. And Rita's got her question posted, so thank you so much for that. Let me actually clean up my list here real quick. All right, there we are. Rose asking for her nap. Gotta go. Oh, well, yes, we will. We will be right here, I'm sure, when you get back. So have fun with the baby. So I would like a general reading, whatever Spirit has to say for Rita. We are going in with the angels and ancestors for Rita's question. Anything for Rita, Spirit, anything she needs to know, any advice, any wisdom or guidance from Spirit. We've got High Priestess popping in with Harness Mystic Power. So you may even notice, Rita, that some of your spiritual gifts, your spiritual abilities really are elevated right now. Your intuition is really on point. You are just really coming into that really beautiful divine feminine aspect as well, or balancing out the divine feminine and divine masculine. There's just a lot going on with even you wanting to feel more independent. What else are they trying to show me? It's like you're gaining wings. Like they're showing me like that full energy, but like you don't even need to hope that there's a safety net below, because you have those wings. Like the wings on your back are going to catch you. Yeah, then we also have that protection guardian, drop your shields. So there may have been some people that you've had some kind of mix-ups or shake-ups with in the past, maybe even the recent past, that you felt you needed to protect yourself from or guard your energy from. And now it's saying, you know, you are protected. They can't get to you. Their energy can't bother you. Kind of like we were talking about with Gitaleka's question. They're kind of showing me a similar scenario. But if that doesn't resonate, this just could be, you know, the energy that you've been in maybe felt a little low, or like you needed to somehow dig your way out of it, but you don't have to feel that way for much longer, because you do have a lot of protection, spiritual protection around you. Your guides, your angels, crossover loved ones really are coming in to assist you through any major changes or shifts that you're looking to make in your life. And also, Rita, they are speaking to you through your dreams, I do see. So you may have had some dreams where your guides come in. Guides sometimes can appear to be people we don't know. They can even show up as people we do know in dreams, or maybe even crossover loved ones have been visiting you in your dreams, or maybe this is just letting you know that this is about to happen for you in the very near future. What else needs to be known for Rita? Anything else Rita can know right now? Thank you so much, Spirit. Yeah, vast vistas, expand your horizons. So with this High Priestess energy, you are harnessing that mystic power. You are really tapping into your, you know, your higher self and your soul's potential. Because again, I like to remind everybody, we are not just these humans. We are spirit having this beautiful human experience. So at any given time, we do have access to more of our spiritual light. It's just a lot of times we forget that, but you're remembering. You really are, Rita. Dreaming a lot, but I can't remember. And that's okay, because they're showing me too that anything you dream about, that is stored in that subconscious mind. It's stored in the Akashic records. You will have access to it when you need it. So just don't feel bad or feel guilty or worried that you're not remembering your dreams. A lot of us, me included, have been having a lot of dreams where you just feel so busy. It's like you're going from one dream to another, to another, to another. But then when you wake up, you kind of maybe just have a vague remembrance of maybe a little bit that happened here, a little bit maybe that happened here, or maybe no remembrance at all, but you remember you dreamed and it was busy, it was intense, but you don't remember. That's okay. And sometimes that is almost spirit coming in to protect us, because it just would be too much. If we, you know, had to remember everything sometimes that went on in the sleep state, the dream state, the astral realm, it would just be a little overwhelming. But this is letting you know that you are expanding past what you know, that box that I like to talk about here on the channel, that a lot of us put ourselves in this box. And this is saying here, you know, what box? There is no box. The illusion, or, you know, the box is an illusion. We have this illusion of a box in this 3D matrix here. There is no box. It's we've been sold something that we didn't even want to purchase from, you know, the powers that be, powers that were, the society at large, the governments. We've been told and sold that we're in a box. You can only rise this high. You can only do this thing. No, we're breaking out of that. We're breaking out of that. And you are no exception, Rita. You are breaking out a lot of limiting beliefs about yourself, about others, about the world. And you're bringing more of this higher self aspect online to tap into that more spiritual sense or spiritual source. So meditating would be really good for you right now. Keeping a dream journal, again, if you don't remember the dreams, that's totally fine. But things that you do remember from the dreams, like the other night, my best friend John that passed away, he told me this was interesting because I accidentally lucid dream and I accidentally astral project all the time. It's not like I try to do these things, they just happen. But in the dream, John, like I was in this classroom with him, and it also was like a saloon as well, which I don't go to a lot of saloons, but it was such an interesting location, nowhere I've ever been. But he told me, he's like, hey, like I hugged him in the dream, and then he's like, hey, when you wake up, remember the number 19. It's very important. So it's like in the dream, he knew and I knew I was dreaming. And he told me, hey, when you wake up, remember this. So sometimes our guides, our angels, our crossed over loved ones can be that direct with what we need to remember. And then I went, and of course, I know when you add up 19, that equals 1. And, I did my own numerology, but then I'm like, I'm going to look up angel number 19. And I was just like, blown away by the guidance that he was trying to give me in that moment. I was just like, yes, I need this information in my life because this is exactly what I'm doing right now. I talked about building a spiritual business and like everything to the site that I went to. I was just like, wow, my mind is blown right now. I love it. But yes, you really are tapping into this more spiritual side of yourself. So meditating, keeping that dream journal. Again, if you don't remember them, that's totally fine. These are ways you're going to really feel more connected to your higher self, your angels. Getting out in nature also, just connecting to the earth, connecting to your guides, angels, crossed over loved ones, higher self through the connection to earth is a very powerful way to do so as well. So I hope that resonated for you, Rita. Beautiful energy. And Star Blessed Hermit wants me to timestamp when we get to it, so I can absolutely do that. You have to go for a session or save me for last. I'll be back in an hour if you're still here. Okay, so we maybe kind of keep moving you down the list just so that if we have to timestamp it, if I have to go before you get back, we can absolutely do that. But I love it when you guys can be here, because then if you have any follow-up questions or anything you're wondering, we could be more interactive and you can get your question answered to the fullest. All right, thanks again, Rita, for your lovely donation. So dear Kirsten, you are next. And then we've got Crystal Gaines, and then Mickey P, Pika Lee ×2, Star Blessed Hermit will be somewhere in there. And Jonathan has sent a donation as well. Thank you so much, Jonathan. All right, so we have Kirsten up, and then Crystal Gaines, and then Star Blessed Hermit, if she's here. Okay, so this is the list we're currently running. So I'm going to take a drink while we wait for Kirsten's question to pop up. But if we have to wait longer than 30 seconds, a minute, we probably will just move on to Crystal Gaines' question. Just want to keep it rolling, keep it flowing. You've been feeling like you need to use your writing for spiritual purposes. Yes, and that's kind of I've been feeling that same call, that same pull, that series that I've been writing. It's a young adult. It started as a one book that turned into a duology, that turned into a trilogy, that is now a 4-part series. It's all about spiritual awakening. It's a young adult series about spiritual awakening and our connections to those who've crossed on and spirit guides. And yes, I'm so here for it, but have not been writing that lately. Have every book completely in my head outlined. I have a whole where is it? Somewhere on one of these shelves around. I think it's downstairs near my table where I work. I have all 4 books, all the major plot points and themes, and it's so in depth. It's so many subplots. It's all interwoven. It's so convoluted and complicated that I almost scare myself when I have to show up to write, but Spirit is leading the way. Spirit's leading the way. I'm letting Spirit lead the way. It is such a fun and amazing project that I can't wait till it's finally out in the world, but I want to fast release at least the first 3 books because they all happen within about a year of each other, and then that last book, if for some reason I have to publish that a year or two later, I would be okay with that. But the first 2 books for sure need to be like boom, boom. And really the first 3 really do need to be boom, boom, boom. I would love if I could to release them about 2 months apart. But again, I am in the 3rd draft-ish status for book 1. For book 2, I have it half written and the rest is outlined. But because during that NaNoWriMo of 2019, I didn't do 2020, 2019, I wrote the first half of book 2, but then I quickly realized, oh no, book 2 is actually 2 books in one, so I kind of have to re-outline and, shift plot points like I did between book 1 and 2, same diff. So yeah, and I've told Spirit, I'm like, stop it. You stop it right now. This is not going to be any bigger than 4 books because I just can't. I told them that at book 3 as well, and now I'm getting chills. They're coming in to laugh at me. I love it. But this series is 1,000,000% what I needed as a teenager. It's 1,000,000% what I needed, and it does not exist as far as I've ever found. So I'm gonna hopefully be able to be the one to birth it into creation for someone, somehow, some way, sometime. Hopefully within the next 3 years would be my ultimate goal, but divine timing is at play. Spirit needs to quit giving me all these, business ideas so I can focus. You can't wait to read my books. Oh, thank you. I can't wait to get them out. I'm just so over the moon with this concept and the characters. They've completely taken over the story. There's a love relationship that I gave absolutely zero permission for. Yeah, Peggy, there's all this information in all my old writing vlogs on my other channel. But yeah, yep, the stories will get done when it's time. That's absolutely true. So Kirsten, I'm not seeing you. So we're going to move on to Crystal Gaines. I went off for a hot minute there on my writing project. So Crystal Gaines, if you are here, we can jump into your question. Otherwise, Mickey P would be on deck. And Kirsten, whenever she comes back, we will revisit that question for her. So here's what we're working with. And if Crystal Gaines isn't here currently, we can jump to Mickey P or Pika Lee or Jonathan, whoever's here. I just like to keep things flowing. Otherwise, I go off on tangents like I just did. Some of you are here for it. Others are like, get to the point, lady. I just have too much fun hanging out with you guys. So I could just sit here and talk about whatever arises. Whatever topic arises, I could just be here hanging out. Okay, Mickey, since you're here, go ahead and post your question, dear. And then after that, let's see. So Kirsten, we're waiting on. Crystal Gaines, we're waiting on. Star Blessed Hermit should be back in around about an hour from now. And let's see. My brother-in-law should be here anytime between 1 and 1. He's about to become a content creator here on YouTube as well. He is starting a, woodworking channel. Let's see if I can show you the shelf while we wait for people to post their questions. I'll just show you the video he sent me for the shelf. I'm like, I'm gonna need one of those, or maybe 2. It's so cool. It's so cool. He's so talented. Him and my husband both are so talented at woodworking projects. Okay, we open it bigger, rotate it. Hopefully you guys can see. So it's like an octagon with triangles infused with it. I mean, is this not the coolest thing ever? I need 1 or 2 or 3. Yeah, I mean, it's going to sit like this. Oops, my light is blowing it out a bit. So it's going to sit on a wall. Well, if I turn it too far. But this is the horizontal. It actually sits more vertical like this. So it's the octagon with a shelf in the middle and then triangles kind of decoratively above and below it. Is that not the coolest thing? Oh, yeah, my husband's like, yeah, Amanda said she needs one now. But I have to take pictures of that because he is traveling a couple states away to give that to his friend as a wedding gift. So, yes, I need to take pictures so he can use those for his website eventually. So Mickey P just wants a general, whatever she needs to hear. So Kirsten, if you're here, and yeah, he will be either he's not like 100% wanting to just be selling the physical items, although he probably will once in a while, but he'll be selling the plans for the designs he comes up with at the very least on his website when he gets that all figured out. But yeah, they're amazing. And I love the triangle shelves also that my husband made me. I don't think I have any current pictures of them. I'm not gonna like take you guys into my room. I have one in my bedroom, one in my bathroom. And the only reason I have one in my bedroom is because the one that he was building for the bathroom was too big. So I got that in the bedroom, and I always wanted it above my toilet in the bathroom. So he built me 2 of them. I think I have one on my personal Instagram account. Let me go over there. Let me go over there and find it out. Just show you guys real quick, and then we will get into her deal. Her question. Okay, so we don't need to be showing you everybody else. Let me see. I thought it was here. I could be wrong. Maybe I posted it on my Done Creative account. I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since I've posted pretty much anything anywhere. Oh, my husband also built me, it's hard to see here. It's very blown out. Okay, we'll visit that later. That's like a mountain shelf. I love that one too. That's in my living room. Oh, here's the mountain shelf in my living room. Again, it's very blown out. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. That's in my living room. Of course, now it's full of stuff. It's not just empty. This is when I first put it up. So there's the mountain shelf my husband built. And then the cool pyramid / triangle shelves in my bedroom. Here's that. And I have the same one in my bathroom, but just slightly smaller version. And I'm an obsessed shelf person. I love shelves. Bookshelves and shelving of all sorts. I'm here for it. Okay. So let's get into, oh, my mom is here. Hello, Amanda and everybody just dropping by to say hi and thanks for donation support, like, shares of Amanda's channel. I will have to get back to work, but thinking of you and love you all. Thank you so much. Google Pay, I'll have my daughter help me change it over. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I currently only have that one way to pay because Super Chat was disabled because I moved my live streams from my main channel over here to this smaller new channel. But once I hit 1,000 subs over here, I'm almost halfway at this point. But once I hit 1,000 over here, we will open back up the Super Chat arena again. So Mickey P, we will get into your question. General message from Mickey P. Anything Spirit needs Mickey to know or hear right now. Message from Spirit. I'm done rambling now that we've got people showing back up. I'm done rambling. Mickey P for Mickey P. Spirit, please. Wow, this reconciliation card keeps coming out to play today. So this could be, again, using this as you reconciling with someone that has left your life and bringing them back in new energy, if that resonates. But if there's no one you want to bring back into life, this, again, could just be you reconciling with what you let go of. This is a beautiful time to do it. And we've got a big, bright, full moon behind her here. And, of course, the next major moon cycle we have is coming up on June, I almost said January, June 10th, and that will be the new moon, so the moon will barely be, if not at all, visible in the sky because it's conjunct the sun, so we will not be able to see that, but it is a solar eclipse on June 10th. But I'm seeing the next full moon, so that'll be about the end of June sometime, so you can Google when the next full moon is, or if someone in the chat wants to do that and post it, we would appreciate that. Right here, we've got some reconciliation coming in around the time of that next full moon. So let's see. I actually want to go to the Shaman's Dream Oracle for another one for Mickey P. What else does Mickey P need to know, Spirit? Anything else from Mickey P? All right, so we have Drifter here, experiencing life as it comes. So you may have felt this kind of drifter energy lately where you're not really sure the direction you're going, or just kind of maybe feeling confused or lost, or kind of that 7 of Cups energy where you're just kind of like, I don't even know what I want. But you're kind of coming out of that because we've got the number 14 here, which indicates a change. So there is a change in the winds of this drifter energy, just letting life happen for or to you rather than for you. You're shifting this. Now life is going to start happening for you rather than to you. You're not going to feel victimized by life. You're going to feel in control, or at least like you're co-creating life with the universe rather than just things that keep happening and I have no control. You're getting control. So that's always a bonus. Let's go in with the tarot. Oh, the next one is June 24th, next full moon. Thank you so much, Joyful Journey, for that information. So around the 24th is when you're going to be having this reconciliation come online for you, Mickey P. Okay. What else does Mickey P need to know? Any information from Spirit already what we've talked about, or new information, anything you want to divulge, Spirit, here it is. Okay, wow, so we've got the Hermit. So it may take a little bit of introspective time out where you're just kind of doing the self-love, self-care, introspection, research, learning about yourself, about the universe. There is this kind of timeout energy before things really start taking off for you. So I would say between now and that next full moon, June 24th, would be a great time to make any plans you need to make to, just really discover or think about what it is that you want moving forward so that you can start making plans and then taking action in that direction. We also have the Page of Wands. So this is someone who feels very inspired. So at that culmination point of that next full moon and then that energy you're writing right after that, you are feeling very inspired and ready to take action, where we were having this Hermit before. You're ready to take action. Like he's lighting his staff on fire and taking it to the streets. He's ready to get out there and make some ish happen, some really good ish happen in his life. So that is the message we have coming for you, Mickey P. That's beautiful. So take these next couple weeks to really do that introspection and feel into whatever it is that you want to do moving forward, so that when the time is right to move forward, you're going to be prepared and you're going to go in head first, ready to rock. I love that. I need some of that energy in my life. Can I borrow some? I love that. That's amazing. Thanks again for your lovely donation, Mickey P. Okay, Crystal. Okay, we can get into your question. I don't see Kirsten here, but, she'll be back, I'm sure. Okay. Oh, Jonathan's here and listening. Just scream when it's my turn. I will do that, but I won't scream too loudly. I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. Okay, Crystal, I scrolled back up to your question so we can get into it. Let me take a quick drink of water. Throat chakra going. Here we go. So a few years ago, I was in a situation I shouldn't have been, where I met a woman with a gift who told me things about myself she couldn't have known. She was taken aback by what she saw and became, that's all I see. So was there more to that? Oh, and became, so I'll wait for you to post the rest of that because I don't want to get into it before we really know what's going on. But I can start shuffling. And she became very emotional and seemed to be overcome with sadness when she tapped into my childhood memories. She told me that I have a very powerful gift and had done something as a very young child, I assume, but we'll wait. Child that terrified my parents so much that I no longer used my gifts and buried them. She cut our reading short abruptly and committed suicide that night. We were to finish my reading. Oh my goodness. So Spirit's already showing me, Crystal, that you don't have to feel guilty or like you made that happen in some way, because it was nothing to do with you. And I'm getting major chills now. So they're actually showing me she was actually projecting a lot of her past onto you, because when we come into contact with people we feel we resonate with, people we want to get a reading from, it's usually because we have similar like energetic frequency, if that makes sense. So there was something, yes, that you did as a child that really maybe terrified her, terrified your parents, terrified you maybe, but she had a very similar thing happen. And they're showing me that it was almost her having to face her own past, or what it was she did. The things she did, it actually had very lasting effects, and she blocked that out until she met you. She didn't realize it. So she took her own life as a result of not being able to. And they're also showing me like some darkness around her, like how do I want to explain this? Help me, Spirit, help me. Like this darkness, like entities attached. Part of her karmic debt was to clear something. But instead of being able to do that, the devil energy's coming in. Instead of being able to clear that karmic debt, it's like she took on so much more. She had come to me to do the reading. I never knew she had any gifts. Yes, they're showing this. It's almost like that part of her that did what she did as a child and the part of you that did what you did as a child met somehow energetically to come together, because this was meant to happen for her to be able to clear from that past. But it was, instead of her clearing that past and moving forward, it became too much. But again, with the darkness surrounding her, they got in her head, is what Spirit's saying. It's like the entities, and it wasn't even, yes, there is a darkness around her, but this wasn't like demonic forces or anything. No, it was nothing like that. It's just she already was at this point in her own mind that she was almost in like delusion about life, that she projected so much of that onto you, and it just became so much, so fast. It's like it all came flooding back to her so fast, she couldn't keep her head above the water, and it was just easier for her to just check on out of her existence here, to go beyond the veil, to figure it out there. Because sometimes when we can become a lot of times when people do take their own life, it's because it's not even that just life in general is difficult and hard. It's the emotions, it's the thoughts and belief systems and everything else that just, it all weighs down and becomes too much. So they feel like, okay, I'm going to leave this body, release myself from it, and then move forward. And it doesn't always do that. Oh, welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome to the chat. It doesn't always work in their favor, because they then have to incarnate once again to kind of right the wrongs that they had made. But sometimes they get that level of clarity when they do leave the body. Sometimes it is for the best. And in her instance, it probably was for the best, because she would have caused so much more harm moving forward incarnated than she would have if she had, left. So it's almost like her higher self allowed that as an exit point, even though it was I guess you could say, the entities that kind of drove her to do it or fed her thoughts. It was like she already had a flame going in her thoughts, and then these entities like threw gas on the fire, and she just took it. It was just too much. And she would have actually harmed a lot more people. Not like physically harmed people, but like energetically harmed people. Like she's, probably that stuck with you for, I don't know how many years. I don't remember if we had a time frame on that a few years ago. That's probably stuck with you, and you've probably felt this guilt or this overburden, like a burdened sense of, oh my gosh, I can't believe that what I did caused her to do this. And it wasn't you. It wasn't you, girl. It wasn't you. Release that burden, because that was not you. That was all her. The thing you possibly did in your childhood triggered her into realizing something, and then it was too much, so she checked out. But let's get into what this means for you, Crystal. Now that we've established what's going on with her, and again, we may need more time to really unpack this, but let's just get a general sense from Spirit of what this means for you moving forward, Crystal, or what this was trying to show you. Okay, so we have here the Death card. So we got the Devil and the Death. The two cards most people, besides the Tower, there's three cards people really tend to fear: Death, the Devil, and Tower. You've got two of the three. I mean, maybe if we did pull a third, it would be that Tower. But this is not a physical death. This is nothing scary. This is basically the death of, moving through that shadow of death, that shadow side. It's kind of like they're showing me like that. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I will speak no evil. You know that saying? It really does feel to me that this really is transforming you. So this death is not a physical death. This is like a rebirth, a very 8th house thing. Something very dark and mysterious happened with this lady, but it's actually led you to some liberation in some area of your life. So maybe even looking into your 8th house, whatever planets are in the 8th house, whatever sign is ruling your 8th house, this is really going to be an indicator of what's actually going on with that. But let's get one more card on this rebirth process here and what this means for Crystal moving forward. Holy Spirit, Crystal moving forward. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. So, yay, no towers here. This is so good. This is one of the best cards you can get. I mean, there's like 10 really amazing, just immaculate energy cards. This is one of them in the tarot. Just such good energy. This is emotional fulfillment. This is materialistic needs are met. Just feeling very in control of your life. But as a result of you facing the past, facing shadows from the darkest recesses of your body, your soul, as you face these things and move through that valley of the shadow of death within, you will liberate yourself and come out on top in such a beautiful way. But again, it's going to take a lot more reading and time to really unpack what this means for you. But that's just like Spirit giving you a taste. I think you just needed mostly to understand that you did not cause anything. This woman triggered her own self to really get into this. But they're also showing me now with that 10 of Pentacles crystal that you may be able, and not just may be able, you will be able, if you so choose, to monetize this very powerful gift that you have, this spiritual gift that you have, be able to monetize it and actually create a lot of abundance, both energetic and financially in your life. So it's really powerful. So yeah, we'll probably have to really unpack that because Spirit's showing me like that can of worms. They're like opening the can and there's just worms coming out. Like it's a whole thing. It's a whole can of worms. And right as I said that, I'm smelling like this one specific candle I used to have. Sometimes Spirit will send me smells as well. Usually they're good smells. So yay. I'm smelling that candle. So the feelings that that candle would give me were just this sense of peace and calm and feeling in control of my own life. I don't know what it is. That's what I was supposed to learn. Yeah. Well, again, I think Spirit's like, yeah, this is something that's going to take a lot more time than a quick $10 reading would be able to dive into. I mean, we can definitely dive into this over the course of a couple different readings, but this is some, most of the readings I do with this are, under 10 minutes, and you can't really unpack something this significant in 10 minutes or less, if that makes sense. So at a future date, we may really have to dive into this because it feels very big and very good. Like there's a lot of good that can come from this, from what you're learning through this. A lot of good with that 10 of Pentacles. So nothing to worry about just on the surface. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, maybe this is what is so urgent. Yeah, that could be. Oh, you haven't seen Ethan here today. Amanda's been handling the list since I've been in and out so often. Yeah, Ethan hasn't been here. I think he's in school. It is Wednesday during the day, and he's like 16, so he's probably in school right now. But yeah, Crystal, we will definitely, it's like tip of the iceberg. We just touched the surface. But if you can take anything away today right now, just know that you were not the cause of this woman to take her own life. Nothing you did in the past harmed anyone on such a deep level as what she did in her childhood that really harmed some things, some people, some energy. So take a deep breath and we'll figure this out for you in divine time. We'll get to it. So deep breath, lady. We can get through this. Woo. Me or anyone. I think you can go to any reader. So it doesn't have to be just me. It can be anyone. Or even checking in with your own higher self. That could be your most crystal clear guidance from your own higher self. Yeah, you can just send an email. I don't know that I actually got an email from you. I looked for it because you had mentioned you had emailed me or were going to email me, I think. Unless I did respond to you and sent you the information. I've gotten so many emails for private readings lately that I may have mixed you up with someone else. But just, yeah, send an email. If you haven't heard from me, I have like a spam filter in place because I get a lot of spam emails because I actually used to have that email address on my website when I had my photography business, and spammers got a hold of it, and I get probably close to 10,000 emails a day on that, unless people go through the I'm a human person and go that route, then it will go right to my inbox. Usually, sometimes it still hits the spam filter, but yeah, you haven't heard from me. Okay, then it probably hit that spam filter, and if you do email me today, I will go into that spam filter and also check there just to make double sure. And sometimes I do that because people will book for, or, inquire about a private reading, and they probably like, wow, she never got back to me. I swear I'm not trying to ghost anybody. It's just, man, I am overwhelmed with all of that spam still. What I need to do is make a whole new, when I make my website, which is, again, something on the back burner of plans that I have, I'm going to have a Amanda at thedonecreative.com website or email where you can get to me without the spam filter. Hopefully. So yes, it's coming someday, some way. Thank you so much, Junking Data Girl. And let me just double check we don't have any others that I have missed. Nope, you are it. Okay. So Junking. If I could spell it right, that would be great. Girl, not grill. Girl. Okay. So here's our current list. Yeah, it's, man, I let my husband do a lot of that kind of behind the scenes. I mean, he's the IT guy. I mean, we do have a guy here named IT guy, but that's not my husband. He's a network architect, so he knows all about that stuff. I just kind of bow down to him, like, you take all this, I'll do all the design work that you need done with things that you're designing and t-shirts that we make randomly here and there, like all that, like with Wrigley's shirt, so people knew who he was because he looked so different. This is the shirt we made the other day. I'll just show you guys. I'm just in a show and telly kind of mood. I don't know why, but yeah, he just looks so grown up. But yeah, his shirt, it's an iron-on patch from Joann's, and it's hard to see here. It says, but my name is, and then I just wrote Wrigley. But this is like a quick, last-minute kind of project. Normally, I'll design it in Photoshop, and then we'll go print it out. Yeah, so that's what we usually do. He does that stuff, the IT stuff, and I do the design stuff. All right, so Kirsten, are you back yet? Otherwise, oh, I didn't take Mickey P off the list. We've done her question. So I guess Pika Lee would be up next if we don't have Kirsten here. Star Blessed Hermit is going to be back soon-ish. So here's our list. Let me delete this one because we don't need to. So Pika Lee's got 2 questions. Yeah, I got to look into Patreon. I got to look into website. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to track, because I'm not just like when I was doing my photography business. That was easy. I was supplying a service, and then I had, some inventory of things, all of that I could track. But I've got ad revenue, which looks like royalties. I've got, eventually, or my personal readings, which looks like a service. And then I've got, I don't know how Patreon works, like tax purpose. Like I mind blown. I'm not like an amazing accountant or anything. I need to look into all of that. And I'm just, as the months roll on, I'm like, oh no, 2022 rolls around, my taxes are going to be a mess because I need to get on board. And really, I haven't saved receipts. Like I was, so much goes into life. So much. All right, so Pika Lee wants to know any guidance regarding life and career, any advice regarding my love interest. I feel like he's going through something but isn't telling me what's going on. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to start with question 1 with life and career. For Pika Lee, anything Spirit wants Pika Lee to know regarding life and career, anything that needs to come out. We've got here freedom. You are free to choose, or to do what you choose. So if you felt lately like, oh, I feel stuck in this job, or just like you don't have as much control as you wish you had in your finances, or not making enough finances, this is Spirit letting you know you have more freedom than you know. And I'm really drawn here to the dolphins out here in the water. You've got 3 dolphins, so maybe looking up the spirit animal or spirit totem, animal totem of dolphin can bring you what is with the random like perfume smells and candle smells that Spirit is sending me. I don't know if you've been looking into aromatherapy or something, but I smelled another, like, to be fair, it smells like old lady perfume. I don't know if you have a grandmother who's passed, or someone very close to you in your family, maybe a great aunt that's passed. She's waving, like, I'm here. It's so random. We're not even asking about spirit. We're asking about career, but she's coming in. So there we go. But you are free to choose what you want to do. You don't have to stay stuck in the box that you maybe have made or others have made for you. If you're feeling stifled at work, just know there are options. You have the freedom to choose something else. But looking also into that dolphin symbolism, that can bring you additional guidance as well. Tap into that Gemini moon energy and get things organized. I know, right? Mercury is just calling me out lately. But I am in the Vedic, per Vedic astrology, the Mercury Mahadasha. So my life is ruled by Mercury since 2010 all the way through 2027. And yeah, when it goes retrograde, I get a little crazy. You were wondering if one of them was visiting you. Well, I think so. They are popping in to say hi, at the very least, let you know they're still here and still checking in on you. But we've got here the healer card as well. So you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. So they're showing me now, maybe the career that you're currently in or the job you're currently in, it doesn't feel like you are being able to utilize your gifts, your healing abilities, your gifts to the capacity you wished you could. But they're showing me too that you don't have to change jobs to bring more of this beautiful healing energy online. You can just infuse whatever it is you do in your career with that healing energy. Like I said, I've said this a couple times on my live streams. When I was in high school, I worked at McDonald's. So I would, yes, work the counter, work the drive-thru, work the grill, wherever it was I was stationed for the day, but I was still dishing out my smile and my, healing energy and just showing up fully as who I am, my authentic self. And that's very healing. Even if the job you're doing isn't a healing job, you can still be infusing the job itself with that healing, loving, beautiful energy of yours, Pika Lee. That's what they're showing me. So it's almost like not thinking, well, I don't have a spiritual enough job, or I don't have a worthy enough or purposeful enough job. That's not true, because we can make any job purposeful, any job meaningful. We also had fall down the builder card. So maybe you're looking into building something new, or just building something that's all yours for a while. This could be, looking like a side hustle that maybe you're putting some love, time, and attention into before you just put it out there. But it says your innate ability to build and create things brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So there's something in your life you're wanting to build. It doesn't have to be surrounding your career. It could just be building better relationships, building a more stable, secure foundation for yourself. Decorating your home, organizing your home to flow with who you're becoming as a person. Because a lot of times when we outgrow old versions of ourselves, maybe some of the old ways we operated in our home or the systems we have in place in our home just don't work anymore. And I've noticed that with myself lately. So maybe there's just this re-examination that you're doing around your home, or just in the different ways you organize different things in your life that can definitely use a level up as well to kind of match your new energy. Maybe this is looking also like getting rid of old wardrobes, things out of your closet that just don't, you'll never wear again. They don't really fit with this newer version of yourself that you've currently come into. It really resonates. Yes, I want to do something that is my own, but can't think of what at the moment. I'm also wanting to purge a bunch of old stuff in my house and really get myself together. Well, you and me both. Let's just start this accountability circle for all of us to be able to accomplish the things we need to do that are going to serve us. Because when we can put in systems or put in place systems around our homes, especially, or our work environment, that really serve, for our time management and really serve the flow of how we operate at home or at work, this can save us so much of this time we feel like is slipping away, right? It feels so good when we can get in that. But look at this. You've got the creation card. And look, she's just now, to me, this feels like a new start, a very new beginning. Because look, she's sitting here looking at these plans, these sort of blueprints or whatever those are. I can never determine. Because they look like some sort of plan or blueprint, but it doesn't look like homes or houses. It looks more like systems or structures. I don't know if maybe you guys can tell me what those are plans for or blueprints for. They look like pipes with like numbers and symbols. Man, I'd have to get a magnifying glass. I'm nearsighted, so I've got contacts in to help me see farsighted, so it's kind of hard to tell. But if my contacts were out, I could be like, okay, I know what it is. But yes, your plan is something. And Spirit's showing me almost like half the gift that Spirit wants to offer you is for you to find this out on your own. They don't want me to just say, hey, go into this line of business, do this thing, do that. They want you to discover this by going within, checking in with your higher self, really tuning into who it is you are, who it is you're becoming. And a great way to start doing this is to just get a journal or a notebook and just start writing out. First of all, you can write out a list of the things in your life that you know are no longer serving you, because sometimes if we don't know what we want, just identifying what we know we don't want can be like a starting point or a jumping off point to really help. So, maybe write down all the things you know no longer want or you no longer desire in your life. And then that can start maybe pointing you, if you don't want to have a messy house, you would know, okay, I want a clean house. And, just kind of going from there. If I don't want this, what would I like instead? This. If I don't want this, what would I like instead? Oh, this. That can really get the ball rolling. And then, of course, going into meditation, asking your guides and angels, crossover loved ones for signs, symbols, synchronicities to really get you on track. That can really help you really hone in and tune into what it is that you want moving forward. So there is question number 1. So question 2 about this current love interest. We've got, okay, any advice regarding my love interest? I feel like he's going through something, but isn't telling me what's going on. Thank you. Okay, let's tap into that energy. Go over to the White Newman Tarot once again. Burma's here. Oh my gosh, I have not seen you in a hot minute. How are you, my dear? Good to see you here. Yeah, they're putting me to work, but I'm loving the journey. Yes, we gotta love the journey, or we're in for it. If we don't love the journey and all the bumps and things along the way, we are really in for it around this 3D Earth, moving into 5D Earth. We are really in for it, so enjoy the journey. Okay, so for Pika Lee's love interest, what do we need to know? Is there something going on in his life, something that needs to come forward? Any information surrounding this, Spirit will allow us to know at this time. Okay, so we do have the Judgment card, which to me, you could read it straightforwardly and say, oh, he's judging himself, he's judging others. I'm not reading it like that. I'm seeing this as an awakening. Look, she's opening that third eye quite literally. Like, it's open and cut right in. So he may be going through some spiritual awakening, some dark night of the soul, just even a shifting of belief systems, or just an opening of that third eye. I really see. So more of his higher self is coming online. And again, when we think we have everything figured out, especially, I'm not going to stereotype, but just using the males in my life that I know, for example, it's hard for them once they get that system and they take care of people and they know what to do and they work. But then when those things no longer work, or the ways that they operate no longer work, it's almost like they start questioning their own masculinity. Like, am I man enough to create the life that I thought I was creating? It's almost harder for men, just, again, not trying to just pigeonhole one whole sex or gender into this, but for the most part, what I see in the masculine energy that is prevalent in the third dimensional matrix is, it's almost like their manhood is a question when they can't operate the way that they once did. It's like the things that they've always done that brought them success and rewards in the past are no longer working. It's almost harder for men to have that bottom drop out of their security than women, because a lot of times as women, as that divine feminine, it's almost like we know on that intuitive level that we will always be taken care of. On that spiritual level, we are always safe, we are always protected. It's just in that more body, third dimensional level where we kind of get precarious and feel out of balance. We're like, oh no, I'm not secure, I'm not stable. So I really do feel he's just questioning what this, shift from masculine, predominant masculine energy of the third dimension, more of this divine masculine coming online, more fifth dimensional. It's really messing with a lot of guys' energy. Of course, we're having that feminine energy feeling really shaken up and out of balance with that whole weirdness going on with a lot of women's menstrual cycles right now, with that divine feminine coming in and kind of rewiring, reprogramming things in that regard. there's a similar shift going on with the divine masculine, and he's in it. He is in it to win it. That is really what I'm seeing here. Very true. They tend to feel very lost when everything stops working as it once did. That's what I was thinking. He's going through through a spiritual shift. I'm also picking up this like family energy as well. Something going on with a parent. It feels like a mother. Or a motherly energy in his life. If he doesn't have a mother, there's just feminine energy. Someone older than him, could even be a sister, where he's having to learn different ways to communicate with this person, this mother, this older sister, because the way he wants to communicate it isn't working anymore, with the full energy. So look, you've got 2 major arcanas coming out for his energy. He's going through some ish. He's going through some stuff. This is awakening. This is very transformational. So he's got a lot going on, and that's why he's not able to just, feel so lighthearted and carefree like maybe you once picked up. There's just a lot going on. Again, it's nothing negative. It's nothing, he's hiding from you. It's just his own kind of masculinity or whatever. He's very close to his mom, but he's here and she's in India. That could be just the way that he once was able to communicate to her. It's harder now because, especially when we start going through that shift or that awakening, it's hard to put that into words over the phone. Well, I'm operating differently now, especially if you don't know why you're operating differently now. Like you don't know what spiritual awakening is, which might be his case if he's, probably always been a really nice and decent person. But if you're not someone who's been on the spiritual love train for a long time, it can be kind of jarring to realize, oh, I hopped boxcars and I had no idea. Now I'm on the spiritual train. So he's just working that stuff out. But, having you in his life, this is actually really going to help and benefit him to move through this energy and probably even bring his connection to his mother better, make him come online in a different way, to where he really feels he can communicate with her. Because I do feel she herself is very spiritual, or at least very open-minded in spiritual aspects and in regard to spirituality. I do feel that. So he's got a good ear, to lean on with her as well. So that's beautiful. All right. So next on our list, who do we have here? Yeah, I better start speeding this up. My brother-in-law's going to be here in like a half hour. Okay. So we've got Jonathan up next, unless Kirsten is back. I'm not sure. Okay, let me copy my list. You are so welcome. All right, so we're going to try to get through this list. Again, I'm not trying to rush anyone, and I definitely don't want anyone to feel shortchanged. So we're going to take it moment by moment here. Because I will have enough time. Remember, I was going to say, I was going to talk myself into realizing I have enough time to accomplish everything I need to in the time allotted. Okay, so Kirsten, if you're not here, then we're going to get into Jonathan's question. And then, Jonathan, you are here. If you are here, you are hearing my voice. It is your turn, my friend. Okay. Oh, Burma, you had to go. I think that's what I saw up here. As a male, I can somewhat understand what you mean. Yes, absolutely, Ethan. Can't stay, need to run, but will you have some time later today or maybe tomorrow? Okay, so today, let's see what I have to do. I have to take pictures for my brother-in-law. He'll be here with his shelf. And then the kids will be home from school. And then we gotta get ready for baseball. I might have a little bit of time before baseball. I can have a chat. I guess that would be about, let's see, Boston usually leaves here. Well, now that Wrigley's not doing games because he's done, we're all going to go together. So I might have a little bit of time. I think it's be about 6:30 your time. Tomorrow I've got one mentor session, one reading in the afternoon. I'll be done at 1 tomorrow. So that'll be 3 your time. I'll be done until baseball at 6 something your time. So yeah, I'll have time like 3 p.m. your time. So call me then. That'll work for me. That works well. Awesome. Yeah, we've been trucking through the list. So Jonathan, if you're here, otherwise let's get into Junking Data Girl's question. Yeah, Starblessed Hermit, we will call her off till the last because she had to leave for about an hour. She might be coming back very shortly though. And Kirsten, I'm not sure where she went, but she usually comes back in if she has to leave. But she comes here frequently enough that if we have to hold her question over for next time, I'm sure she will be okay with that. Because I don't know what her question is. Otherwise, I'd just do it and timestamp it, but I'm not sure. So Junking Data Girl or Jonathan, whoever posts first. It's a battle. Whoever posts first will win first chance at their question, and whoever posts second will win second chance at their question. So really, there are no losers here. Except maybe me. Just kidding. That was humor. I don't really believe I'm a loser. But hit me up 5 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm a total loser, and I believe it to 100% of my soul. I don't believe that anymore. All right, so Kirsten, Jonathan, Junking Data Girl, whichever one is going to post first, we will jump into your question. And then whoever shows up second, we will jump into that question. Hugs. Have a good one, Burma. Okay. You just messaged Jonathan. Oh, cool. So you know Jonathan. Yeah, I forget some of you guys all came from Sandy's and Sarah and Jackie's stream or channels, I guess I should say, because I don't think Sarah and Jackie do much live streaming that I know. Oh, Jonathan's here. Go. Cool. So go ahead and post your question, and then Junking Data Girl, you can post yours as well, and we can get right into both of them. And then the only other one we're waiting on would be Star Blessed Hermit, which, man, I'm not sure that I have access to her question now that I'm thinking about it. So hopefully she comes back before I gotta go. Unless she put it here. Oh, good. She did add it in the comment of her PayPal, so we will be able to get into it whether she's here or not. Okay. And I can leave a message, or a comment on the video for her timestamp. You're not a loser. Yeah, I know. I know that now. Back in the day, I thought so. All right. So I pick for Jonathan. Well, let's just leave this open to spirit. We're going in over here with the wisdom. I always forget the name. Wisdom of the Oracle. For Jonathan, to get Jonathan started, anything Jonathan needs to know, spirit, or anything you want to bring attention to, any advice, wisdom, we're here for it. So there is the Breathe card, and this likes to pop into play when people feeling stressed out, people feeling a little busy, a little pulled in multiple directions. So if that's the energy you've been operating in, just know, Jonathan, that very soon you're going to have this time to kind of reflect on everything you've been through and just feeling like you can take that deep breath. But this is also that call to get more into that spiritual practice of a meditation practice, doing breath work, pranayama, or holotropic breath work. These are all really great ways that you can connect to your breath and kind of, like trip the system of your brain to create DMT for you to have really beautiful spiritual experiences through your breath. So that might be something you want to look into. Hacking tips 101. Breath work can really get some awesome juice flowing in the brain to really help up level your meditation practice. If you're not someone who does meditate, maybe this is just saying, maybe try it out. Easy way or a good way to get into meditation would be to do a guided meditation. That way you don't feel like, well, I'm just listening to this meditation music and I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm thinking about what I want to eat later tonight for dinner and, But if you're listening to a guided meditation, that can really help just center you and you pay attention to what people are saying, to do all that. We also have peace. So everything we were saying, bringing more of this peace online. I love this because look, that's a good change coming to your life. Even if things are still very busy for you, you're just feeling this calmer sense of being able to go with the flow of what's coming toward you and, being able to steer that craft or that ship in the direction that you want and feel more peaceful as things take shape in your life because you're bringing more of your power online. More of your higher self is coming in to help assist you getting in, the mode or the means that you need to really create abundance in your life, to manifest just everything you've been wanting to create in your life. New systems, moving out of old belief systems, or as I like to call them, BS, releasing those, moving yourself out of the box that you once put yourself in because you are elevating in consciousness, you've also got the higher power card here with the number 4. And look, there's a key, I think. Yeah, there's a key right in the middle of her forehead, which is that third eye chakra. So this is all about getting that inner sight, that clairvoyance, claircognizance, audience. And you're like, what, clair, who, what up? Clairvoyance is when you close your eyes. Okay, this is what I always say. Everybody close your eyes right now. Picture a toilet. Can you at least kind of have your mind's eye draw a picture of a toilet and you can see it in your mind? That's clairvoyance. That's you using that spiritual sight. That is awakening to you, for you in such a way that you may not have experienced before, and it might be a little intense. Also, clairaudience. That is that clear hearing. You may have a lot of weird, random ringing in your ears, hearing like pops inside your brain, like literal like pop, like a popping sound inside your brain. Don't worry, nothing is broken. You're okay. That is just things waking up, dormant. Parts of the brain are waking up. New synapses are being formed. Things are happening. You're knowing things without really understanding or knowing how you know it. But this higher power card, of course, if you pray to some sort of higher power, you can really take it in that direction as well. But I'm really seeing this as just your higher self, your soul, wanting to connect with you even more, to come online and live with you in this physical vessel even more than it has been. You're just really leveling yourself up spiritually a lot, that it's really going to start feeling like your life, looking back a year, like if you watch this a year from now, you're going to be like, wow, I don't even recognize that version of myself back then, because you're really starting to go in a higher direction, a higher trajectory of, and by higher, I mean like higher consciousness. And you're going to notice that really good things in your life start manifesting even quicker than they did before. Now that you're in this higher vibration, this higher energy. You heard a pop this morning. That is amazing. Yeah, I heard one the other day and I'm like, okay, here it is. I've heard it years ago too, a couple times throughout my life, but it doesn't happen all the time. So when you hear that, something cool is going on in there. So I hope that resonated for you, Jonathan. Thanks again for your donation. And we did get another donation coming in from William. Oh good, Star Blessed Hermit is back. So Star Blessed Hermit, we just finished Jonathan's question. We can go ahead and jump right into your question. And then Junking Data Girl, you would be next. And then Kirsten, if she comes back. And then whoever William is. William, if you want to let us know, unless you've already let us know, then someone else can let me know that you let me know. All right. So William, this is what we're working with. We're doing it. Look, divine time. And I feel like almost no time has gone by, but I still feel like I gave a nice in-depth reading. Look at this. All right. So we will get this done before my brother-in-law gets here. We will. So, Star Blessed Hermit, go ahead and post your question. No. You don't have to, because I have it. I have it here in the little note from PayPal. So I can get into that for you, Star Blessed Hermit. Let me scroll down. Okay. I'm about to try to add a side hustle to my workflow. Might it work out? This is something totally new for me. Thank you. Yes, I'm already hearing a big yes. Like this is something exciting, but they're showing me maybe the way that you had planned to go about it. You're going to actually find a better way of implementing this or having time to actually work on this. It's going to be better. It's going to be better than you're thinking. All told, that's what I'm getting. But let's just see what we got here. It's going to be good. What did I say? I was getting a yes. I'm done. I quit. Yep. Spirits in alignment. We're in alignment right now. Yes. Star Blessed Hermit. Yay. And now my left ear is ringing. So I don't know. Listen in with that clairaudience that spirit is really communicating with you. And they're telling me now that this was actually their idea. They're almost just laughing behind the scenes like, yeah, she got it. She got the memo. Especially if this is something you had an idea for years ago, but just never understood or thought, oh, I'm not good enough to make that happen. Or there's no way I could do that. You had the power and the tools and the ability all along, but yeah. Okay, NJ from Abilene. Awesome, you are William. So we will amend William and put your actual chat name here. Thank you so much for letting us know. From Abilene, but not Texas. I remember that from your comment. Perfect. So now that is what we're working with. Okay, so let's get some, since that was so short and to the point, let's also get a little bit of guidance from Spirit about this side hustle for Star Blessed Hermit. Any information from Spirit about this side hustle or any guidance, wisdom, anything she can know about it? Wow. So we've got the author card and the artist card. So even if what you're trying to implement, this new side hustle, has nothing to do with writing or being an artist, even if it has nothing to do with that, there is this sense of bringing written word, spoken word into it, where you're going to have to be communicating with other people in some way, and also just being very creative with the way you show up with it. It's something that's been coming up all over the place. Signs and all, just want extra confirmation. I'm nervous. Yes, you got it. Sort of does. It's voiceover work. Yes, I just really felt that speaking. This is amazing, and that is a form of artistry. That's amazing. That's so cool. And you may even notice that as you go into this line of work, that you're also really feeling inspired to write, because that is another form of communication. Being an artist in all capacities is all about creative expression, expressing it through the word, through the written word, through art, through the voice. I mean, these are all ways we can express ourselves. So yes. On the back of the deck, you also have counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. And it's interesting. Voiceover work, it says words here. And, words, authors write words. And also empathetic ear with the ringing in my ear and you feeling and hearing this divine guidance. This is so cool. Yay, I'm excited. You're on the right track. There is no voiceover work card in here, but the combination of cards we actually got here, that's what that adds up to. That's so cool. Yes. Go for it, dear, because it's divinely guided idea and it's going to bring you a lot of happiness. It's fun. This is fun. That is cool. All about being an artist is all about expression, which is why there are many different types. Yes, there's design, there's painting, there's, oh man, words. Pretty much everything we do is creative at its core. We are creators, we're builders, we are learners and creators. Yeah, just all those words. Makers. Yes. All right, Junking Data Girl, and then NJ from Abilene. Okay. I get all jammed up with writing, but maybe I'll find some inspiration. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, they're showing me that it is one of your past life gifts that you're actually bringing into this life. It's just sometimes you were so good at it on the other planes of existence in the other lives that it's not something you have to do in this life. But when you decide you want to, and then you put time and effort into it, you can actually kind of unravel feeling that jammed up feeling. And they're even showing me doing some sort of journaling, like just getting your thoughts out. That could really benefit you in every area of life. So hot tip. Oh, general reading from what I read above. Okay, cool. So let's get into that for Junking Data Girl. All right, we're going in over here with I always forget the name of this deck, but I love it so much. Healing with the Angels, I think, or Fairies, Fairy Healing, something other. Healing with the Fairies, there we are. She's overwhelmed and unmotivated as well. Okay, thank you so much for letting me know, Ethan. I totally missed that part of the chat. All right. What else? Junking Data Girl, feeling overwhelmed and unmotivated. Okay, wow. So you are tapping into this inner power. And again, when we do feel out of our power, that's when we do feel unmotivated, overwhelmed. It's that solar plexus chakra. Oh, love this. Inner power and awakening to your true self. So this mode of operation, Junking Data Girl, that you've been in, or Cha-Cha as you are called, this mode of operation that you feel a lot of times stuck or stifled in is really not you. They're showing me again the box from this deck. Let's see if we can pull it out. Now that I mentioned it, let's just grab a card from this one as well. They're showing me that Expand Your Horizons card, the box. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot going on down there. What do we have? not the box, but we got transformation, valiant courage, which is also solar plexus energy, traveling lightly, which is about decluttering our lives, journey by moonlight, discovering truth, and rainbow blessings. But yeah, they were showing me like that box we all put ourselves in, or that we think we need to be in because society or our parents at a young age told us we were good at X, Y, or Z. So now we feel like we have to be in the shoes of what they thought we were. We don't have to. So you may be coming into this time of discovery, discovering that inner power, discovering more and awakening more of your true self, and letting some of that inauthentic part of yourself that you maybe have even identified with. A lot of us like to, before awakening and sometimes even after, will fully and wholeheartedly identify with that victim mode or that victim aspect of our personality. We will wholeheartedly, some of us will wear that victimhood as like our coat of armor, like a badge of honor almost, and start identifying with the things that make us a victim. You're stepping out of that. So you may be in this weird kind of limbo between victimhood and calling your power home, and not putting, like, they're showing me like the negative spin that a lot of us will put on, like, oh, I should have done that last week. How dare I put this off? I'm so stupid. I'm so lazy. How blah, blah, blah. We all get into that. We all do it, but it's not true. We're not stupid. We're not lazy. We just have, as humans, a lot going on. Even if it doesn't look like it, sometimes we just feel tired and we have no reason or thing we can point to why, or, if we're operating with a chronic illness or chronic pain, it just pervades every area of life. And it's really hard to, feel like your nose is above or your head is above the water when you're operating with so much burden going on. So this is all about clearing the burden, clearing the clutter, both mentally, maybe even physically, to get through and to feel like we finally have a sense of power over our own lives. And we also have here the throat chakra with the Amazonite, creativity. Use your creativity to transform your pain into positivity. So there's that word pain I'm really feeling in. And then I was talking about negativity earlier in victimhood. There's positivity. So maybe you are someone, Cha-Cha, who does struggle with chronic pain or chronic illness of some sort, that really, it's like a black cloud over everything you try to do. And it's no joke. That is really difficult if that's the boat you're in with chronic pain, chronic illness, or just chronic fatigue almost. I'm just feeling this like dragging, kind of lagging feeling. Like it's just really hard to get motivated to just want to. I mean, you may want to deep down do X, Y, Z, all the things you set out to, but then just thinking about everything you need to do makes you tired. Like that's really what it's coming in hot as. Any other ideas, words of advice, Spirit? Third eye chakra, labradorite, beautiful stone. Dreams are where your mind translates the divine. So maybe you've had dreams lately that have really shaken you up, but this is really to get you to come online in another way. This is to get you to show up in your own life in a more empowered state. This one fell to the ground. Shine, solar plexus, there's that confidence we've been talking about there. Mookite, shine, you are made of stardust, so keep sparkling. That box that I was talking about earlier doesn't exist. Throw it away. I know it's easier said than done because a lot of us identify with that box for so many years that it feels like a big part of us, but it's not. It's not at all. Let's get one more word of advice or wisdom for Cha-Cha, anything that she can do to move through this. But just know, coming up for you, there is this tapping into your inner power once again, and awakening to your true and more authentic self, and letting some of these negative aspects that you live in, or just feeling like a victim, these are falling away for you. They really are. So getting out in nature, this is one good way to come out of this stagnant energy or stuck energy. Just trying something new. It could be as simple as going to a restaurant you've never tried that can just refresh your energy in such a way, or going to a store you've never shopped at, or I know Rona days, we never know what's open wherever people are in the world, but where I'm at, things are pretty much back to regular, thank goodness. But maybe even just going on a vacation to a new place, or just shaking up your daily routine in some way, where maybe if you always have I don't know, a specific kind of thing for breakfast or dinner or whatever, maybe trying a new recipe really shake up the energy. Just do anything you can to shake up and bring some new energy in. And you're going to keep doing that, and you'll build momentum to really step out of that kind of more victim or negative mentality. Bought a baby pool. Maybe I'll blow it up and chill. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Just like sitting there, putting your feet in it, getting in it if that's cool. If you want to do that, that's awesome. So we have here high vibe. Yes. Your core essence resonates at the level of the angels. When you awaken to this fact, awaken to your true self. When you awaken to this fact while keeping your tippy toes on the ground, or we're talking about grounding, maybe putting those toes in that pool. Oh, I love how it all comes together. You raise the vibration for yourself and everyone around you, closing the gap between heaven and earth. Keep it up. So vibing high, trying new things, living a more exciting life, even, again, if it looks as simple as blowing up that baby pool and putting your toes in it and just chilling outside with the birds, the bees, the deer, the whatever kind of other animals are around you, and just vibing with it. These are going to be ways that get you out of feeling so stuck and unmotivated and stagnant. So I hope that resonated for you, Cha-Cha. Thanks again for your lovely donation. And I hope you can feel like you're coming out of this soon, because, girl, I've been there, and it is not a fun energy to be in, especially for any length of time. It is not fun, but you can move through it. You can move through it. I've got faith in you. All right, up next, we've got NJ from Abilene, and then Kirsten if she decides to come back. Otherwise, we will hold her off till next time. And my brother-in-law, look, we've still got a good 15 minutes before he is possibly going to be here. I think he's probably going to be here closer to that 1:30 mark rather than 1 o'clock mark, so thank goodness there. But yes, let's get into NJ from Abilene's question. I'm petrified of myself, conjured up Scorpio twin. What if he's my polar opposite and I despise him? Is that your question then? Is that what we're rolling with here? For NJ from Abilene, conjuring up the Scorpio twin. Let me know, though, if that's not your question. I don't know if you were referring to someone else's reading, or if that was your actual question. No, not your question. Okay, then we won't get into that. Something told me not to just dive right in with that. So let me know your question and we'll get into it. Ooh, the pool is big enough to sit in. That's awesome. Fun. I love swimming. I love water, immersing myself in water, my daily salt bath or my black oxygen organics bath. Fulvic acid. Oh, so refreshing. Oh, scroll up a bit. Okay, I must have missed it. Okay. All right, we were born 11/5/65. He's exactly 2 hours older than I am. Scorpio with double fire, Aries moon, and rising. Awesome. So that's 8th house sun energy. Ooh, my husband's got that 8th house sun energy. I love that. So I'm petrified of myself, conjured up Scorpio twin. What if he's my polar opposite and I despise him? What if I ask the universe for a better sign than repeating? Okay, so then repeating numbers, and it responded with placing a man directly next door with my exact birthday. Oh, wow. Well, they're just letting you know these numbers really are speaking to you at the very least. But let's get into this. What is this mean? What's going on here? What are you trying to show her? Are there better signs than just the repeating numbers for NJ from Abilene? What's going on with this energy with her and this Scorpio twin? At least birthday twin for the very least. Wow. Yes. Extremes. This is, that just his chart alone is very extreme or very opposite, I think, of you and how you operate. But that does not mean it's a bad thing. If anything, this 34 here adds up to 7. If anything, this is really leveling you up spiritually, leveling him up spiritually. You guys just are, like, again, opposites attract, extreme different people. Doesn't always have to be like a crash and burn when people are that different. My husband and I, for instance, we almost couldn't be more different than each other. As far as the Myers-Briggs personality types, I'm an INFP, and he has every other letter different except we're both introverts. But he is more of an extroverted introvert, if you ask me. So he is an ISTJ, I think would be the opposite of INFP. Well, ESTJ would be completely opposite, but again, both mostly operate with introverted tendencies. But yeah, it works well. It really does. There are days I think we get a little frustrated that the other one can't 100% know what we're going through or what we're trying to convey, but it keeps things fresh. But let's just see. What about what other signs Spirit may be showing for NJ from Abilene? Anything to know? Yeah, so there is this need for boundaries as well, because sometimes with these extremes, it can be hot, heavy, intense. It can be very in your face about it. So, without anyone trying to be, it's just the way things operate. Experiencing a spiritual awakening, I tested out as an INFJ. Yes, that is the most rare personality type and a very close cousin to the INFP. I love that. There is this need for boundaries where you just absolutely do need your alone time. I think he's this probably more extroverted person that just really thrives in other people's energy, and you are the opposite of that. So again, extremes. So you're going to have to really work between the two of you. If you want to make this a relationship, you would have to work really hard to maintain the balance of when is it too much, when is it too intense, when is it just right, when is it not enough, all the things. But putting up personal boundaries is going to be key in helping you temper all of the ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and just everything. But we've got the number 12 here, which adds up to 3, which is about finding creative solutions. So it's not to say this person is not meant for you. Absolutely not. It's just saying you may have to find creative solutions in finding ways to put up boundaries, but 3 is also a number of celebrations. So there would be a lot to celebrate in life. You could really both help level each other up with just being in each other's presence. You really do trigger each other to become greater versions of each other. So it feels good and supported in that way as well. And you are protected. We've got boundaries and protection here. You are protected from any really big, extremes, ups and downs. You would be protected. You don't know them at all. I'm double fire Aries. Okay. So, you're protected from his energy if that's what you need to do. But if you feel you want to, get to know him and all of that, you can. The fact that you know when he was born lets you know that you know at least a little something about him. Let's get one more card on just these symbols for numbers, synchronicities, whatever Spirit's trying to show NJ from Abilene. Okay. What do we got here? What other signs would you maybe sending rather than just numbers? We've got perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. So you're going to be in the right place at the right time a lot of times. I'm seeing also animal symbolism. They're sending you a lot of maybe bird symbols, animal symbols. Oh, your parents were best friends in high school. That's how you know probably them. Oh, that's so cool. But interesting that you guys are in the same proximity. And, you were brought to this earth in such a close proximity. So you guys are triggering each other. Even if you don't want to get to know him or he doesn't want to get to know you, just you living in proximity, it's triggering things in like an energetic way. But as far as the signs and symbols and all of this that Spirit's speaking to you, there is something. It says here, whom do you need to forgive? So as you release old anger, or resentments, you will find that your wishes will come true. So Spirit is sending you signs, symbols, synchronicities to really help you overcome where you've been in the past, to level you up to be in the right place at the right time for new opportunities, new growth, just new beginnings and all around is really what I see with that. From Georgia to Grandma's farm. Oh, wait. So from Georgia, and I'm not sure where Grandma's farm would be, but I'm assuming it's at a distance from wherever you were before. Wow, that's some synchronicity in and of itself, is just having that go on. We also have here autumn. So in the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. So you're going to be getting a lot more signs, symbols, synchronicities from spirit between now and autumn, but especially this autumn, it's going to be off the chain, almost to where you're like, they're showing me Jim Carrey in that movie. I think it's called 23, where he's like, every movie, everything in life was just adding up to the number 23. I've only watched that once, like years ago, before I even moved into this house. It was at least, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago that I saw that. They're showing me that movie for some reason. I don't know if you watched that movie or if that's a little hint to go watch that movie. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but it was Jim Carrey, obsessed with the number 23 in the movie. I don't know. But autumn, you're going to get a lot more signs, symbols, synchronicities come autumn. And it's, to me, this just feels like so many things are coming together. Past signs, symbols, synchronicities you've gotten are really going to start to make sense for you on such a higher level come autumn time or fall time. So I hope that resonates for you, NJ from Abilene. And, oh, Abilene, Virginia at Grandma's Farm. Oh, wow. So Georgia to Virginia, that's quite a trek. That's quite a distance. So that is so synchronistic. Yeah, I think it was called 23. But again, I could be mistaken. I only watched it the one time. It was back when you would have to send away in the mail for your Netflix. You'd get like 3 of them at a time. Or however many you returned, you would get that many back in the mail. And that's when we got that DVD to watch. And it was very intricate, very interesting. But again, I'd probably have to rewatch it. And I'd probably actually understand a lot better now that I'm all into signs, symbols, synchronicities than I was back then. Although I've always been very open to that stuff, I've just taken it to a whole other level since about 2012. So yes. All right. So I think, yeah, unless someone wanted to donate before we check out, let me just make sure no one has. Nope, I think we're good. So, yeah, I think we're going to close out. My brother-in-law should be here between 4 minutes and 34 minutes from now. And, yeah, if you were expecting to get a question answered today, you can always send that donation. Otherwise, I am ready to go. I've been live 2 hours, 26 minutes, and my throat chakra needs a little bit of rest and recuperation before the kids get home and we hang out. All right, so if no one else wanted to donate, I think what we will do is hold Kirsten over for next time. And I will just have to let her know in a comment on this when it posts to my channel. Big thank you for the reading. Appreciate it as always. Oh, thank you so much, Vicky. Absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure, my dear. So yeah. So what I would like to let you guys know is I will be back live on this channel on Saturday. And those of you coming in here for the free readings, that is your best bet to get your free question answered, is on my Saturday show, because that's where I have what I call the free question mosh pit. And how we normally run the Wednesday show is that if I run out of donations and I have time, I will then take a question or two, but I'm running a little short on time today, so I won't be able to do it today. But Saturday, I will be back in action here on this channel. And I also, over on my main channel, this is not my main channel. My main channel, we are almost to 15,000 subscribers over there. The link for my main channel is in the description below. If you were hoping to get a question answered today, I have literally hundreds of pick a card readings over on my main channel. And I also have a 28 video playlist of intuition tests and exercises that you can do to test your intuition, to exercise that intuitive muscle, if you will. Again, link for my main channel, The Done Creative, is linked the very first thing in the description below, so you can check that out. Otherwise, I might see you guys over here again on Saturday. And I do have a pick a card going live on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And I can't remember, I've filmed like 5 pick a cards in the last like 3 days, so I don't remember which one I have selected to go live. It might be a quick message from Spirit. It might be big changes. No, big changes already posted. Yeah, I guess it'll just be a surprise. So you guys can check that out tomorrow. Or in the meantime, if you want some answers on your love life, I've got a love life playlist over on my main channel. If you want to know what's happening the week ahead, you can check out my weekly readings. They are timeless, so whichever one you feel called to, there will be messages there. Otherwise, I also have the June reading posted on, it should be tagged at the top of my video playlist, I think. Otherwise, you can just look through my recent uploads. The June 2021 Pick a Card reading is live over there, so you can go check that out for guidance for the month ahead for you guys. And otherwise, I will see you guys. But thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative Live and over on my main channel, The Done Creative. Oh, Soba, let me answer you before we go. Can I know the next time live, and how can we donate? So the only way that I have right now to donate is through PayPal, but once this channel hits 1,000 subscribers, then we will have the super chat donation option open once again. And the next time I'm live will be Saturday in the US. It's Saturday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, depending where you're at in the world. Look up the time that you're in, converting back however many, or forward however many time zones for what time that will be. But you can hit the notification bell, and that will, not always, but a lot of times will notify you right when I go live, or maybe a few minutes after I've gone live, or maybe if you're anything like me, you never get the notifications anyway. But your best chance, I guess, would be to hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys later. I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, wherever it is you are. And I love you guys and hope to see you soon. Bye.